Once again, massive thank you to Sword Coast Soundscapes for letting us use your amazing audio. Super big kudos to him and all of his creations. If you don't already support him on Patreon, he's totally worth supporting. Outside of that, let's dive into what happened last week. You all after what could have been a terrible fiasco on the back of a silver dragon, made your way after a quick chase and some excellent shooting and dragonborn kite flying.
New sport.
Passing out on the back of the silver dragon. There was a lot that happened on the back of those dragons, pardon me. Made your way to the spine of the world, to the metallic council with 5 ancient metallic dragons that gathered together awaiting you as you were the chosen representatives of the mortal races of the Sword Coast, based on your actions that you had taken in opposition to the cult of the dragon. As they have recently made their way into open warfare with the Sword Coast after working in the shadows for so long, finally making themselves known and burning the city of Waterdeep to the ground. You all spoke with them for some time, getting to know Protanther, the ancient gold dragon, Eleuthera, the ancient brass, Otari, which is what we're going to call her because she has a really long name, Otari, the ancient silver dragon, Nymer, the ancient bronze, and Tasmikela, the ancient copper. After speaking with them for some time, you learned that they each individually had boons for you and requests for items that they needed your assistance with. After accepting these individual requests, with the understanding that these do not take priority now, but should take priority after the cult is defeated, should they be defeated, you all set out on your individual ventures. Fleetfoot was granted the Sapphire for the Dark Dancer, which was once a part of Nymer's Horde. Or not Nymer's, my apologies, Tasmikela's Horde. Tiburon was also granted, similarly by Tasmikela, an ancient copper scale for use in Falxion, the Great Protector, the bow that carries the spirit of Falx Templemut, the great-grandson of Bahamut. And Balasar, after giving his body over to Bahamut to once again exemplify himself as the chosen of the ancient father of all metallic dragons, found his body similarly transformed, the only living known draconic or dragonkin being with platinum scales since Bahamut's existence on the prime-material plane. 1 golden eye, 1 red eye.
That was platinum eye.
1 platinum eye, you're right, 1 platinum eye. Thank you. 1 platinum eye, 1 red eye. The platinum eye is the good one for Friendwinken from. Yep.
And he's fully platinum now? Or just his arm?
The entire left side.
Okay.
You all, after continuing your conversation, decided
Boris didn't get cheat.
that it was... Boris, I don't know if he needs shit.
He got a new title to put on his card.
Boris did have a new title put on his card. Friend of the Metallic Dragons.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about.
You all, once again, after meeting with these draconic entities, made your way down the spine of the world to trek towards Skyreach Castle, where an old friend, Blagothkus, the Cloud Giant, had landed his castle with the understanding that he was needed for the coming war. So, as you all trek, Tiburon catching up to the larger group, making your way towards Castle Skyreach. This is where we pick up where you left off. So, I ask you, MSG, what would you like to do?
Point of order, I have put the scale in the bow. I think I did that last
You did
episode.
indeed.
And she set it in. No, I set it in. Right?
She set it in the
She
dark
set
room
it
for you.
It in there.
What did we find out just now? That we're going where?
Well,
Go talk to the giant.
yeah,
Go
and
talk
then
to
we're going to go
Blagothkus.
to,
Which is in where?
Skyreach Castle.
which is here. But
Which
then the bronze dragon was
Copper.
going the copper one was going to fly us
Oh,
to
the bronze dragon was going to fly you that.
will fly us to the place over in Grey Peaks to
Nymer said as soon as you
Oh, yeah, to
return
fight.
from Skyreach
to
that he
go
would
take
assist-
it down.
would take you. He didn't want to impede on the given giants and dragons relationship. They did not want to intercede on the tenuous alliance between the giants and the
To
dragons.
And
take
we're
out-
trying to get the giants to be chill and help.
Yes. Well, they said that they would
Just south
help,
of the
but
spine of the world.
we need them to take their
Right.
army to the well.
Nothing
well
to do with what
dragons.
we're looking for.
Yeah.
So you all were you all decided after Skyreach Castle that you were going to be proceeding south to Zonthal's Tower,
Okay.
Yes, to take on Naren Vane and the Green.
Okay.
Dragon.
where they
it
had
is.
taken up residence, or so
We've
we're
got
rumored
some
to have.
revenge.
You were also, point of order, it is important to mention this, just so you all know. There was talk of red wizards, and you received a bit of a history lesson on red wizards last time as
But
well.
they were coming to the spine.
They had.
And then if they showed up, they were to wait for us.
Yes.
Yes. And the remainder of the council, at least those that survived and made it out of Waterdeep, were trekking towards the spine of the world, and the Metallic Council to take that up as their refuge. You don't know when they're set to arrive, given their rate of travel.
Those are the ones walking with.
Tithana.
So the
Well, I
remaining
don't know if they're walking.
those from the Lord's Alliance were the remaining living members of the Lord's Alliance. Those that escaped and were not imprisoned are said to be on their way to the spine of the world. However long
Don't
that
know
trek
who
is
it
depends
is
on how they're traveling.
either.
Gotcha.
So, I think we're gonna go talk to Blagolfkis to be like, hey, dude, what's up? Do this, and we'll meet you there.
Be chill.
Yeah.
We need your help.
So we're just going to have tea with Giant.
Basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
How
It'll be
big
fun.
do giants look to you?
The same size they look to you,
Okay. I don't know.
I think.
Have you ever met a giant?
Define met.
Been introduced.
No.
Have you ever
Spoken.
killed one?
Yes and yes.
In that order?
So you've spoken to one,
Yes.
and then you've killed one.
The same one?
Yes.
What-
Yes. Yes.
Is
Did you
that-
speak to him first? Did he speak back?
Did you understand him?
Yes to everything except the understanding part.
Is
that
that on
why
your
you
card?
killed him?
Is that why you killed him?
Giant killer? Boris Bronzebeard?
No, a very long time ago, I've killed much more interesting
I was
things.
gonna say
since
it
then.
doesn't matter now.
Yeah,
He's got
right,
other
alright.
stuff. Giants,
Don't
oldest.
kill Blagolfkis.
These are good giants.
He's a good guy.
Do you think I cannot tell difference? I didn't kill Silver the Dragon.
This
That's
is
true.
true.
That's true.
Just because I speak with
It's
accent.
against you guys.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. Joke's on us, I
Yeah,
guess.
you're right.
Well, let's go see Blagolfkis.
Let's do it.
Okay. So you all gather your
Just
things.
remember, when I manage you, this is how you treat me at first.
You aren't managing.
Just make sure you're not a good writer.
Pardon me.
Good contract.
So you all make your way outside of the exit of this massive chamber, once again blown away by the sheer size. And as you walk out onto this massive ledge with a small winding trail down the side of one of these high mountains of the spine of the world, you recognize just how high you are off the ground, towards the peak of one of these very large mountains. As you exit the exterior, or the interior of this cavern, you recognize two things. You recognize a number of things immediately. One, for all of you, yes, even you, Fleetfoot, the temperature, and you, Tybron, the temperature drops considerably. Given your experience, the interior of this cavern was warm as if lit by hearth fire. Exiting out into the elements with a gathering snowfall, you find yourself chilled. Looking about, you also see that the sun is rising. It looks as if it is the early dawn hours at the most northern reaches of the Sword Coast. Looking about, you find your nose filled with the scent of pine and the sharp chill of cold air as it fills your lungs immediately is jarring to all of you as you exit.
Smells like home.
For you, yes. A little bit colder than what you'd imagine on wintertime, but pretty darn close to the Great Big Mountains. Looking about, the ground beneath is slate, and in some areas you notice patches of granite that are in these very high reaches of the mountains. The pathway would be narrow to an ancient dragon, but for you all is quite massive. Imagine walking down the center of what would be a 4-lane highway. Remembering the size of the entities that you were just speaking with, you'd imagine they would have to tiptoe if they could, tip-claw. But for you all, you can walk 4 abreast and be just fine.
I don't know, they look pretty big to me. What do you think?
pathway?
Yup.
I think it does look pretty big.
There you go. So same size.
Big is a relative
Let's go.
term.
So
Big is
who's,
relative.
so who's going to be leading the?
I'm gonna have a conversation with Fleet while we're walking. Too.
Okay. So who will be leading the walk down the mountain to the? By the way, the last known person who saw Skyreach was you, Tybron.
I mean, we can take lead because both Gus and I, we tight.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
I speak giant, so.
All right, perfect. So
Do I know what this castle looks like?
it was pointed out to you, yes.
Okay.
Tybron pointed it out to everybody, if I remember correctly from last time.
So 2 by 2.
So 2 by 2 on the way down. Tybron, it's either Tybron and Fleetfoot. Each of you give me a roll for survival, or Tybron give it to me with advantage, or Fleetfoot give it to
What's
me
your
with advantage.
survival? Mine's +8.
That's probably going to
I can do. You want to give me advantage?
But I'm particularly good at that too myself. I'm just going to say from back here.
survival, yeah.
I am good. I am not bad at either.
From back of party, I am okay.
Particularly good
16.
at doing that myself. I mean,
16?
I'm archaeologist. I do this regularly. I'm just gonna say.
Sure,
Would you like to see my card?
Actually, yeah, I would like to see
Here you go.
it.
See,
Thank you.
But I'm in the
archaeologist right
mountains
there.
too. It's my favorite
You
terrain.
do. So it is. So
Well, I guess it's.
you can't advantage. So
yeah. Well.
So 16, you said.
Oh, my proficiency bonus is doubled.
So yes, I was about to say 16 seems a little bit low if your proficiency bonus is
So my
doubled.
proficiency bonus is 5. So that would be
21.
Yeah, 13 plus 8. Yeah.
21. Significantly better.
Yes.
You remember the location of Skyreach, where it was just southeast of this particular mountain range on the way in, and it was 30 minutes by flight. So you imagine you're going to be walking for about an hour and a half to 2
You want
hours.
to pull the carpet out? Can you fly?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'd like to pull the carpet out, whip it out. Everybody on.
I'll kind of take the lead on the
Alright,
carpet.
you board.
Hey,
You
while
all-
we're flying, do you want to check this belt out that I picked up in a cave?
You feel comfortable driving this carpet?
Yeah.
Tibbs, do you feel comfortable driving this carpet?
I'll
Yeah.
drive.
No.
I'm good.
I
You're
could
gonna
drive
drive
a
the carpet.
carpet. I good carpet
You
driver.
need to keep a lookout for
So-
us because you are a crack shot.
I'm gonna hand him the belt that I picked up,
All right, you got it. And are you going to identify?
I
I
can
am.
drive and shoot.
and I'm
It's called drive-by.
then I'll
Flyby, really.
Well,
fly the
depends.
All
fly
right, you
the
got it.
carpet.
So you all begin making your way on the carpet instead of the hour and a half, even though you're not flying at the same speed of a dragon, but I'd say about 45 minutes. You'll be able
That's
to make
fine.
it
I want to give him plenty of time to.
there. Effectively having the time.
And I can do that as a ritual.
All right, so you're going to ritual cast.
Yeah.
So on the carpet, you set out the items that you need to ritual cast for identify. And 10 minutes later, you realize that this is a belt of hill giant strength.
Do I know what the belt is before he does that? Like based on my newfound thing from my background that I didn't know I had.
So
you-
looking at it, you would recognize. Actually, this is important.
Are you
would
tapped?
recognize the type of item it was, but you don't know
attunement
the
wise?
specific. You know it is a belt of strength, but what kind you're unsure. Because
So,
there are multiple
in the middle
levels
of your
strength.
ritual. What are you doing?
I will ignore and continue performing the ritual and just like kind of side eye, like a cat would like give you.
Then I go sit shotgun with Tibbs.
What is it?
Do you know that is belt of strength, right?
I didn't.
Oh well, I did. You okay? Belt of strength.
Hey, it's a belt of strip.
Well,
What kind of belt of strength? You're so smart.
I don't know specifics. I know generals. Like I
Well-
didn't know stew was the word to turn this on and off.
It starts
Stu?
plummeting from beneath you. Comes back up. It's in your inventory, by the way, Fleet, but just refresh your
give it to.
D&D Beyond.
Balasar, does this do you good?
Let me take a look at it.
So it is if you pull it up in D&D Beyond, it is a belt of hill giant strength. Mechanically, you will know that while wearing this belt, your strength score changes to 21. This item has no effect if your strength is already 21. But while wearing it, your base strength is 21.
I mean, I can put it on and just suddenly get jacked.
What's your strength, Bally?
20.
Gives you one more.
I don't know that does anything though.
You go from a +5. You're still at a +5.
Yeah, it's still be a
Yeah.
+5.
22 will be +6.
It would bump me up if I went into melee.
I mean, I would go from 11 to 21.
I'm 11 to 21.
Yeah, I don't need it.
Honestly,
We
it
can
doesn't
s-
help me out until I have something else that gives me an extra +1 to get to 22.
Can sell it later.
So,
It doesn't have any effect if you're above 21.
Yeah.
That's what he just
You're
said.
at 21.
You stick at 21.
I'm looking at
Oh, well
This
then.
item has no effect on your strength without
Yeah.
the belt is equal to or greater than 21.
We can sell it.
Yeah.
Give it
Do
to
you
him.
want me to? You want to put it in the bag of holding?
Yeah, just throw it in the bag.
Valley.
Got it.
Okay, but if I'm in combat, it would do a lot.
You want it?
You want it?
Seriously, if I get stuck in front of something, it would add quite a bit.
Oh, I thought you were saying like if you decided to switch to melee, not like in a pit. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
use it.
You can
Give
have
it to
it.
Boris.
If you want it, take it.
Now it is. Are you hill giant? You mountain.
He is a hill dwarf.
Hill dwarf, not giant.
Yes,
Those
I
are
am
tall.
giant. How big are giants again to you?
Whew. They look a lot bigger in person.
That's what I thought. Yes.
Hill dwarf. So to say.
Yeah, no, I have nothing but Vera here attuned right now, so I mean,
Why don't you put this belt on? Let's see how it looks.
So you can add that to your inventory if you like. We can search it and add it to your inventory.
okay. I'll figure out how to do that.
Go to your equipment,
I got it.
manage equipment, add item. So you all are having this conversation while Tiberon is leading. As you are on the carpet, you see the sun begin to rise. As you do, the snow that has fallen begins to slow somewhat, where it's more of a flurry than it was previously as you exited the cave. The climate changes ever so slightly as you begin to navigate your way down from the high altitude. The air becomes a little bit more easy to breathe, and the wind less cutting on your skin. Although looking about, you all
Shit,
notice, outside of Fleetfoot, you all notice that your face is a little bit red on the cheeks from the
beard.
wind. Beard fluttering, becoming a bit tangled,
Snow.
Snowflakes caught just barely.
Frozen a little bit.
just a touch.
Oh, those are like
some
the good
some
old
glittering
days.
snowflakes within the beard,
Oh,
reflecting
wow.
and refracting the sunlight from the rising sun.
Now I need big swords.
We do have Hazaron. So.
Do you
I-
want a big sword?
Actually, I would fucking love Boris and Hazaron. Anyway,
Do you want a big sword? I sold Azeron.
did you?
I have the glaive, not the Azeron.
Oh.
Azeron was traded in for my armor. I have the big +2 glaive.
Oh, you do from your dad.
Yeah.
+2 glaive.
What is? I can try.
Do you want to try? It's huge.
Oh, next fight, should I
sword.
try?
He pulls out from the bag of holding this
One or two-handed?
long polearm-like implement
This is two-handed sword.
Oh.
with a blade at the end that is curved and wicked. The handle itself is a very dark wood, ebony stained, with silver inlay and iron being set on the side as the blade curves wickedly on the outside into a half S shape.
Actually, I lied. I do have Hazaron.
You sold the dragon
You
bone
did
one.
not
you're
sell Hazaron because the shopkeeper would not buy it.
That's right. You're right. I sold that.
The dragon bone.
So I hold out 2 swords. Want to try?
The glaive on one hand, long polearm. The sword on the right is a great sword, handle clad and wrapped in black leather, dark
Wasn't that
stained
sword
iron.
rainbow?
The blade itself is black
Who sent
and
me it? Wasn't it?
jagged, moving up the side on the one side of the great sword. It is as big as you are, Boris.
What do I know about these swords?
Give me a history check.
Yes. Horrible. 11.
11.
You know their swords.
The glaive is a glaive. You know that the great sword radiates some sort of power. You're not sure what, but it radiates power.
It's worth checking out, I bet.
You've not identified Hazaron either, so you don't know.
It just looks real cool.
It looks wicked.
Have you done spell on that yet? It has power.
Random.
Can
You
I
know
tell
what
him about it?
You apparently know.
I know it's powerful sword. Like I know
Do I
that
know
was
the
belt of
command word yet?
strength.
Or do I get to pick one?
Oh, you make the command.
Okay.
Your fox is wielder.
Okay.
I honestly do not know.
Tell him about it.
I can tell you from the DM to the players at the table, Hazaron was never identified.
It's
You know it
probably
was-
not going to get much use.
You
either
know it
way.
was wielded by Resmir, and it was placed in the bag immediately after.
I thought Okay.
I have a note of it specifically.
Oh, really? Because I would have looked at it earlier then. Because I was
Great sword or
staring at it.
glaive? Which one
It is
does
a-
more damage? Because Nick will yell at me if I don't pick that up.
Great swords.
Would you
I
like
think
me to
great
identify it?
swords. They're both D10.
Yeah, it's both a D10.
Yeah.
Polearm or glaive is longer reach,
Yeah, you got reach.
Oh.
Can I?
but
can
it
I
also
see
requires
that?
additional proficiency.
The scary.
But he's a
black-
fighter.
Oh, you're a fighter, so yeah, you're fine.
Martial weapon.
It's a
civil
martial weapon.
It's a martial weapon,
Fighters are proficient in
and
everything.
all martial weapons.
Literally everything.
So greatsword is still a 5-foot reach. Glaive is a 10.
Well, if they are at reach, I have Vera.
That's right.
What kind of?
It's at this point, by the way, that Skyreach Castle will be coming into view. You still have a ways to fly, but it is about.
Oh, they're
It is
quite
coming into view.
different damage. One is a D6, and the other is a D10.
Also,
What?
The great sword's a D6.
I,
Oh.
it's 2d6.
2d6 versus 1d10?
For the
I take 2d6, thank you.
Do you want me to
I will
tell you
hand
what
it
it is?
Maybe we should take a look at that first,
I
because
think you should try this one.
Boris,
Didn't-
as you
It
touch
just
Hazaron
seems like something you should try.
Okie dokie.
and begin to hold it for a while, do you attune to it?
hold.
Boris, do you
Sure,
want me
Dragon
to
Guy told me
check-
to say, take this one.
So, Boris, as you sit
Okay.
and stare at the weapon and concentrate on it, looking at the blade for some time,
So you can look it up in your inventory.
Am I dead?
no,
Okay.
you hear in
Not
the
yet.
back of your
Oh,
mind.
good.
In the back of your mind, you hear.
Good. Oh, I have to look for it?
You can pull it up.
Are you my new wielder?
Hello, book.
The fuck did you just call me? Is that how we greet people now?
Did you say that out
Take your
loud?
clothes off.
It is. He says it out loud.
Boris, is that talking to you like Fox talks to me?
I guess so.
Maybe we take
That
a look
was
at
to
it.
the sword, actually, not to him.
The sword responds.
Maybe we take a look at
We
it
will
first.
find glory together, you and I.
No, we're finding glory together. We're good. No, I haven't even
Oh.
gotten to that there yet, because
Um,
this is going to be interesting. Hold on.
Maybe
I can drop it in your inventory.
Maybe,
if that's
uh,
easier for you. Let me do that real quick.
maybe take it away from him. I don't.
H-
Why?
It's talking to him like Fox talking to
He's
me,
got
and
it.
you know
He's got it. Cool.
how you feel about that, right?
Yeah, but Fox is
There
good.
it is.
Yeah, but have you seen what that blade looks like?
Yeah. You would judge
Absolutely.
the spirit in that blade
Absolutely.
by the way the blade looks.
Yeah.
I expected better of you, Tips. Really.
Moving some inventory around. And I'm
Balsar.
eating
How many
beyond
times have we
real
almost
quick,
been
guys.
murdered?
Sorry about that.
But
Thank you,
that's-
D&D
Can we
Beyond.
think?
Beside
Can,
the
can you
point.
think back to who was wielding that sword
To be fair, DM said he would
When
love
you-
to see this, so.
when you killed?
I kind of
Reznor?
wanted this one too. So.
I didn't kill Reznor.
Oh, you were there.
I was there.
Player,
Yeah,
no,
Reznor
not what he
was
get
the-
into.
Put it right in the bag. Balasar's been fine. Balasar, have you not been fine since you've had that sword?
Yeah, I've worn it on my back a few times too.
See?
All right, guys.
Oh shit, if he does very good, I might pick up great.
Boris, are you
I've
okay?
just never attuned
Is the
to
sword
it.
telling you to do evil things?
No, just tell me to find glory.
See? Wow. Really?
Is
You're
glory
gonna-
a thing? I'm very good at finding things.
Did you say that to the blade?
Can I insight check, Boris?
If you'd like to. What are you looking for?
Make sure he's
Just-
not gone crazy. in the
yeah.
last 3 minutes.
For sure. As you say that,
How
the
would
blade,
you be able to tell? I did find it, yeah.
the blade,
I'm too busy flying a car.
you hear it.
Good. What will I call you?
It wants to know what to call me.
Give
What
him
do
a
you want it
card.
to call you? Give him a card!
I don't know how to give sword card.
You
Give
gave
Bo
a
a
bow a
card.
card, right?
Bo has place for things.
That doesn't. Have you really looked at it? Let me see it. Let me
You
see
didn't know
it.
talk.
Let me see it.
Do you want my card? I tell you how to talk.
No,
my
I
name
have
is
your
you
card.
I have a card. I have a card.
You hear there's a long pause, and
I'm sorry. There is Tabaxi wearing clothes arguing with me at the same time.
I will take the card.
What is he saying?
Would you be quiet?
I want to know.
Fly carpet.
I'm not. That's Tips.
Here's my card.
I'm going to be very interested in this.
as you
literally
place the,
puppeteering.
as you place the card, it's the blade, slices in two, and then merges with the blade. And you,
I told you to give it a card. Don't see me.
as it does, you hear.
Boris Bronzebeard.
Yeah, why do I? What's your name?
Hazaron.
Hazaron. Do you know Fox?
I do not know, foe.
We should probably take them out
Hey,
sometime.
hey, keep your sword to yourself right now.
Do you think I not know how to use this thing?
I think you know how to use it, but I think you just met. You can't go waving your sword around.
But not you did.
I did no such thing. It's a rapier.
Granted, you
first
okay?
of all.
No, it's a dagger, really.
You two, I will turn this carpet around.
It's
if you
my
don't.
carpet.
I will turn it around. I'm driving right now.
I mean, you're fighting dragons and giants. It's a dagger. Everybody,
We're
all
not
of us
fighting
here
the
have
giants.
daggers.
You're fighting the giants. We're not fighting.
How
giants.
far are we, Alan?
Please tell us
You
we're
are
close.
about another 20 minutes in flight before you reach.
How high off the ground are we?
This is a really amazing story. It
1,500
talks.
feet.
Yeah, I thought you'd like it. I don't. It's a bit big for me.
Do you want me
No
to
idea what it
identify it, or you good?
Sure, if you want. I don't know what it does yet.
Well, it talks. It took a card.
Yeah, I'm not going to read it unless you identify.
You don't. Like, you don't know what it does. So do you identify the sword?
If he's handed it to me.
His name is Hazaran. His, right?
Hazarat?
His, they, her. I don't know.
So you take Hazaron. You take the sword.
Yep.
As you spin.
Sounds like boy, but I've been
Are you
confused
ritual
before.
casting this again?
Because you said we're still about 20 minutes.
Yeah. So about as you continue to fly in and approach Skyreach Castle, all of you begin to see the large hulking figures moving about at the peak of the castle. The familiar double spire shape with dome over the top. Boris, for the first time you're seeing this. Two large spires, great courtyard, and ice stair. All of you remembering it is composed entirely of hardened ice. Icy staircase. You notice that it is settled down about. It's hovering over the ground, casting a shadow, not actually seated but on the ground itself, on the mountain floor. You begin to fly in Fleetfoot. As you do, you find out the following. Let me pull this up. Hazaron is a sentient greatsword. It is capable of speech in Common and Netherese. Even if you aren't attuned to the sword, you gain a +1 bonus on attack rolls and damage rolls made with this weapon. If you aren't attuned to Hazaron, you gain 1d6 necrotic damage when you hit with the weapon. If you are attuned, it is a +2 bonus to damage and attack rolls and deals an additional 2d6 necrotic damage instead of 1d6.
So far, so good.
Hazaron has 4 charges to cast spells. As long as the sword is attuned to you and you are holding it in your hand, you can cast Detect Magic for 1 charge, Detect Evil and Good for 1 charge, or Detect Thoughts for 2 charges. Each night at midnight, Hazaron regains 1d4 expended charges. While you are attuned to the weapon, any creature that you hit with Hazaron can't regain hit points for 1 minute. The target must make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect early on a success. It is a neutral evil greatsword.
I mean, the only thing that I'm a little sketched out, I will share this information, is neutral evil, but otherwise, that's pretty good. I will hand it back to Boris.
I have many friends in low places.
I am sure you do.
As the sword hands off in the back of your head, Fleetwood, you're...
Thank you for returning me to my wielder.
Dumb. Anyway, so you get a little left.
Don't
over.
what?
Oh, he just thanked me for returning.
That was
Why
polite of
was
him.
that-
Why are you not just saying thank you or you're welcome or something like that? That's rude.
Because
As
I
it's
don't like
sheathed,
the...
Boris, over your back, as you place it in its large sheath, which is the same to fit its jagged form. It is quite spacious. As it you hear as it slides in.
We will feast together.
What?
I wonder how swords eat. Oh, wait. I think I figured it out.
He ate your card.
I just kind of shake my head, and in my mind to Fox, I'm like, oh Jesus,
You hear.
I don't know who that is.
You just hear.
Oh Bahamut.
Of all the swords in the world, this is the one you find.
And give to the dwarf.
I didn't find it.
Gunslinger.
You asked for a big sword. I had.
I got a big sword for you.
No worries.
Are we
I'm not
there-
even
are we there
using.
yet?
So as you approach, all of you at this point begin to see these very large forms begin to move with great haste, noticing your approach. They seem to be moving quickly and navigating themselves to what look to be large ballista at the top of the tower, not really recognizing this flying group of individuals coming down at them.
Fleet, can you throw your voice?
Nope. Why?
Do I see a dwarf near the
They're about
ballista?
to shoot at us.
Dwarf near the ballista?
Sorry, giant.
There are 3 ballista and 3 large forms loading each of them at this point in time. You hear the...
I'm just gonna shout, Black Ghost Kiss, don't shoot us!
Are we within 120 feet yet?
You're rapidly approaching.
As soon as we get there, I'm gonna message. Hey, we're a meat soup group. We're here as friends.
Are you messaging Blagothkis?
The closest dwarfs.
You're just kind of pointing to a giant in the vicinity. As you point to one of the giants that is just loaded, one of the ballista, you...
Pretty good. Pretty good.
That motherfucker, if Boris hits with Hazaron, holy shit.
And they don't regain hit points.
Nope.
So more broken than Leaf.
Don't close with me, motherfucker.
Have you a giant belt of strength? Hazaron on back.
I am very strong from meat, guys. They outfit me well.
Hazaron we eat, yeah?
This is the shit they don't want, you guys.
That's true. Actually.
We just hear
Come for us.
back. As the ballista,
That's so funny.
the message hits and you see this giant look around confused, and as he looks up, he notices the familiar forms of you all flying in, and you hear him in giant. Do any of you speak giant?
I do.
You comprehend. So Balasar and Boris, you hear. You
fuck
hear
Boris, they
call
said
us?
they liked your belt.
you.
Giants have really great eyesight.
The rest of
Are
you
they
hear.
hill giants?
They're mountain giants, right?
These ones are cloud giants.
Sky
They're
cloud
they're
giants.
cloud
I
giants.
didn't think they were hill giants. Why would they like this belt?
They like the way it looks
I
on
don't
you.
think they said that.
The rest of you, Tyron and Fleetfoot, hear them say,
Stop! The ones who brought down the Resmir and the vampire are here.
and as it
Resmir's sword, wasn't it?
fly down and you land as you hear this.
Hey, Boris, maybe you sit here on the carpet. Then I'm gonna lean in.
You motherfuckers did this to yourself.
Boris,
Hey, remember that one time we killed a really evil black dragon, half dragon? Yeah, that great sword she had, let's give it away.
it's still
Yes.
true.
It's in the family.
Where? No, we're getting close.
As you land on the, you see you are
To
now
be fair, it
flanked
does
by
say
two
Dragon Slayer on
large
card.
hulking cloud giant figures. Two cloud giant figures, and the next is what would be a hill giant. Just this massive, brawny individual wearing cloud giants wearing more tunic that's embroidered with some blues and silvers and the embossed thread, while the hill giant is simply very clean leathers that have been kind of bolted around. You see that they are suited for combat and seem to be combat ready in their what seem to be regimented uniforms. As you land, each of them just kind of one fist to the chest, recognizing your approach, and you hear this. The floor beneath you shakes beneath the cold on your feet as the icy tower is all around you.
My friends, welcome back.
emerging from the.
You need to announce yourself next time.
Boris Bransbeard, here is my card.
That's
like
Boris.
that.
He
I am announced.
He looks down,
You brought a new friend.
and this massive hand reaches down the size of your body.
I know the
Palm
cards are a
out.
bit small for you. They're only human-sized. Pardon my.
He puts it
lack
in his
of-
hand and he says,
That's no
Foresight.
problem, my small friend.
bigger than I thought. Compared.
he kneels down on one knee.
It's good to see you back at Castle Skyreach, boys.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Good to be back here.
Do you like our carpet?
It's new.
It is.
Seems valuable, Fleetfoot.
I think so.
Far more valuable than the gold you found beneath my castle. No.
What? What? What?
We killed a dragon downstairs.
There was a dragon down below.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Another one?
Yeah, we've killed a couple.
Is it still there?
No.
I
So we
see
just
you
killed-
lack two. You have the other small one and the one with the white hair and scars.
He doesn't have the scars anymore.
Okay.
He's
He's not on this plane anymore.
he didn't make it.
Well, lost in battle, brought to the gods of old in glory. We will drink to his memory, boys.
Oh, good. You can hear the story
Someday.
again.
Is he speaking in giant or common?
He's speaking in common. He
Aw,
remembers this
darn
from
it.
he remembers this from before.
I wanted to be one that actually spoke the language. Like, what are you talking about?
There's actually a reason why we're here.
Speak it, but not here. To my chambers.
Oh.
Not here.
I understood. He's speaking common. You think I don't speak? I'm speaking common right now.
Lead the
I
way,
have
Black
to
Locust.
explain everything to this cat. I don't understand.
Nothing has changed.
Not one bit.
Follow.
And he turns and just begins walking away back down the set of stairs in the familiar.
Every giant I see, I run and give a card to, and run back and give another.
You notice as you approach, they seem a bit off-put at first, but then just kind of.
I mean, I'll make a con check if I have to. If I'm booking it with my little legs, I don't care. But Boris is giving out some business cards.
Because you're moving through space quickly, just give me a general acrobatics check to see how quickly you can move across.
Like,
I know you-
you'll have to thank
22.
everyone.
You are jumping, bounding as fast as your little dwarf legs will take you from giant to giant to giant, and you're able to pass out about 20 cards.
Woohoo!
You'll have to excuse our friend. He's very big on the introductions.
The more you make yourself known, the less we shoot at you in the future.
Well, you didn't shoot at us anyway.
Somebody
See,
told
if
me
you
there was
had-
a voice in their head telling.
You didn't hear me shouting?
No.
That was me.
Black Locust, question.
I
How
can
many
make big
magic
noise
carpets
too.
have you seen in your time?
3.
Wow, it's many more than I thought he was going to have. I stand corrected. Please, I recant my question.
Which is the best looking magic carpet that you've seen out of those three?
Oh,
He
for
gets this
Pete's
big
sake.
grin on his face, the massive teeth that you see the size
Obviously
of
the one before
half
this
of your
one.
body.
Why, the one you carry with you, of course.
Darn, I thought
my man. My giant man.
I appreciate the correction, Fleetfoot.
Of course.
Now, tarry not.
And he just kind of continues leading you down, and you see this massive door of ice open. Just
Come inside, gentlemen.
welcoming you to a very large chamber that seems to be the seating chamber that you all have been in before.
Go. I will wave them in. Go. Boris, we're going in.
We don't have much time to chat because we have to be on our way.
Time is
but-
of the essence, Tiberon. This is war. It's what the giants know best.
Well, that's actually why we come.
Good. Pull up a chair.
And as you approach, the chairs are 3 times your size, but you can scurry into one should you wish.
There is no problem for dwarf.
Give me,
Scurrying into a chair.
depending on how you'd like to approach it, the only person I think who would need to do this is Boris because of his size. Acrobatics check, please, Boris.
You got it. Another 22.
You just, all of you, as you begin to clamber into the chairs and just kind of
I just
sit.
want to do what he does.
You see
How come I can't
Boris.
do that?
can train you.
Maybe.
Boris just kind of backs up a couple of steps, looks up and down this massive icy chair, examines it for a moment, hops a couple times like a sprinter warming up, and jumps up the sides of the chair and
Parkour.
made it up on the top of the chair.
Parkour.
I spent a summer with wood elves.
Fuck me, he did it again. He did it again.
This
very
dwarf
easy.
is a very interesting one. Never seen one move like that.
Very sprightly. He jumps off rooftops.
He makes really loud noises too. It's quite disturbing.
I make loud noises as well, my dwarven friend.
I've not heard these before.
I probably should not do it here.
No.
No.
One day on the field of battle, I look
That's
to
where
see
I do
you.
it most often, yes.
Back to the battle part.
Yes,
Are you and your army ready? Can you muster quickly?
we have nestled here with with the dragons. Never before an alliance of dragons and giants together.
They're good people. Dragons.
The shiny
These
ones.
dragons. They
Much
need our help.
better than the ones who have brought us out of our apathy of the past.
Although I don't know how bright they are because they have chosen us to represent humanity.
Of course, you have Boris with you. Why would they not?
Smarter than you think.
Doesn't say representative of humanity on your card.
So, they,
Oh.
from what they've
And I
told
take my-
us, I'm not sure what they've told you. The cult of Tiamat is gathering at the Well of Dragons.
This much we know.
They're trying to raise Tiamat,
Aye,
and it sounds like there's one hell of a fight ahead of us.
there is.
How quickly can you get to the Well of Dragons?
On Skyreach, we can make it there within a fortnight.
Perfect. Do you have room on Skyreach for additional troops, supplies,
We have room
reinforcements?
for your kind. By that I mean your size, Tiberon. Take no offense.
He stacks us. on top
I'm
of each
taking.
other.
How many?
Oh, I can get on your shoulders. That
My
will
time.
save time. Save space, not time. Take longer, actually.
For those of your size, we can fit another 40 strong.
Can we put them in the bag of holding? I'm kidding, I know.
So, just 40 people.
Along with my regiment of 73 giants. Hill, cloud, stone. We
I
have
know
been
for-
shaken from our apathy, boys.
I know for a fact hill giants.
How about
strong.
dwarfs? How many dwarfs could you fit?
Dwarves take
40?
the same space, eat the same meat, drink the same ale as the rest of you.
How about down in the caverns below?
You would put them in those quarters.
I would put reinforcements in as much space as you have
How
possible.
about the elves then?
In the caverns included. Assuming they bring their own supplies.
Naturally.
120 strong in total.
120 total.
Additional or total?
So 80 more.
Aye. You remember the caverns, boys.
Oh yeah.
It's nice down there.
Not really, no.
And do you open your gates to anyone who wishes to rid the world of this evil?
He leans back.
I
Prejudice
even
aside,
understand you've been active in your cause. Anyone who flies under your banner is welcome in my halls.
Matt,
you.
human,
Oh.
tabaxi, elf, dwarf.
We will accept anyone.
Do I have your word?
You've had it. Why else would we be here? Parlaying with dragons.
He's got a point.
I'm not sure why we're here, actually. Shouldn't we be on way to tower?
Well, we just had to swing by.
To which tower do you hail, gentlemen?
We're going to.
I can't.
Narrow
Steven
Bay.
can't remember the
It's called
name.
Zonthal's.
Zonthal's Tower in the Grey Peaks.
I know not of this tower.
It's
with
a
the
good
maze.
tower.
The one who took our friend,
The one with
the
the,
gray
maze.
hair one,
You
is
mean
there.
this is a revenge plot?
Absolutely.
What
I
friends?
support that wholeheartedly, boys.
Do you remember the passion I had when we came in here
Who
and slew
took who?
Gazhail?
Absolutely.
The friend.
That.
You medicine. It's a long story.
Fantastic.
What happened?
But more.
You see Blagothkus lean back in his chair, and it creaks a bit as you. The sound of ice as it heats up the sort of wine and the chill that rocks.
Your troops, when they arrive, send word. Send your best men.
Should
Front
we-
line men, not those on the back line.
Should we give them code words so he knows they are them? No.
He'll know.
Do
a
they
good
fly
idea,
under your
nobody.
banner, boys?
Why are we going to paint them red or something?
We'll give him a card,
So many people have cards.
but not. See, we'll figure it out.
You need to tell me how I will know.
See?
And he leans forward.
Otherwise, I will not be so accepting. You understand these are trying times.
Code word.
What do you suggest,
We'll
Boris?
send one of our advisors with them.
Kumquat.
I just kind of scratch my head.
Would a code word be acceptable?
No.
He looks between each of you.
We tried.
These are times of great danger.
What would you accept?
Tattoos.
He thinks for a moment, and he leans, but he stands up from his seat, and you hear the whine as he stands, and this thunderous sound as he walks to a chest in the back of the room, and you hear.
Money.
I don't think it's.
He looks down and he pulls this out and he brings it forward.
This is a talisman of my tribe.
Sets it on the table. Now, for the rest of you, this is a size of a shield. It is 3 swirls of what looks to be the top of a cloud, and at the interior you see 4-pronged lightning bolts that extend from beneath, that range from light gray to a dark blue, that is encircled with a black and purple swirl in the background of this insignia.
Have your men carry something with this. It is a secret, boys. The symbol of my tribe. from my dearly departed wife.
And he pats the castle.
Can you remember it?
So you want us to
Boris, you have a sketchbook.
take that, or
He wants
I
the
do.
symbol. Do you want to sketch that
They
symbol?
must bring with them the symbol. This symbol here will not leave this chamber.
We will tell them the symbol.
yeah?
and then-
I was just confused for a second.
Boris, do you mind sketching that symbol?
I am a cartographer, not a.
That's kind of like a map. Can I see your sketchbook then?
Do you see it right here? You can here. You tell it.
I don't This isn't something you tell. You need to see it.
Yes, it is. Look, and I turn. Hello, book.
The book, you all see the pages begin to flutter, as it almost as if the pages stand at attention for a moment.
Okay, book. Look here. See, Fleet doesn't believe you that you remember this thing. Here, how about you look at this thing and remember this thing for me, and I explain it to the book.
As the book turns around, Boris begins explaining the insignia, and you begin seeing. You know the opening montage of Mulan, where ink begins to swirl across the page? This is what takes place in the book. As the ink begins to swirl and
I'm just gonna
trace
stop asking
following
questions.
Boris's words in the pattern until there's a perfect replica of the insignia
Relic?
seated on the ice table in front of you. And as the book turns back
What kind of weird
at you,
fucking book is
Fleetfoot,
that?
at the very top of the page,
It's
you
not weird.
swear you see in just a moment. I told you. And he closes it.
Hey, did that say "I told you so"?
Who said
Is
what?
that book a smartass?
I don't. I. No, actually, no. The book is not smartass.
But it repeats what you.
Are you a smartass?
I don't. It's up to you to decide. But yeah, no. This is just book with spirit trapped in it
Thank
that likes
you.
to remember things. That's
Thank
all.
you for the symbol. I have thanked way too many inanimate objects.
Thank you, Black Oathkiss.
Of course, gentlemen.
I
Thank
found
you.
in Fairy Realm. It's very
Be ready
fine.
to kill.
As you see, not much has changed with us.
We always stand ready. You.
And he looks, and you all see, kind of hidden in the back, the shadowy form of Leotaurus.
You stay with me. You know how to sneak, how to hide. Something we giants do not know. Prep our men. I'll meet you downstairs.
I open the book. Is that right? Does it right? Is that right?
It does.
Good.
You all see Leo sneak down the stairs behind you.
All right, gentlemen.
Let's get back to the console.
Let's go kill a fucking dragon.
Cat
like
never
the
believes
sound of
anything I
that.
tell him. Putting the book away.
See you.
Let's go kill a fucking dragon.
While you're gone,
Can we
we
solve the
accept your
maze?
counsel on
What's the
how
maze?
to defeat these dragons. Think of a strategic plan for where we do the front line.
I find cutting their fucking heads off works pretty well.
It takes getting in close. Fleetfoot.
I just shot him through the
We're good
eye.
at getting close.
And
Then
shooting
tell
them
us
through-
how.
No,
Bring
we're
back
not.
instructions, your best tactics.
Bring back a head.
I
You
would
got
just
it.
like to tell you guys that you were not good that close.
Boris.
It was far
time.
that was good.
Boris. Next time.
You have a. Nope.
I turn.
You've killed one before in my halls, and for that I am grateful.
See?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
With these new people at your side, and he nods at each
I
of you.
throw the one white scale I have left towards Boris.
It just kind of. It's kind of a discolored, fairly large
That's all
white
that's
scale.
left.
Right, I have tooth of one I killed. I get it. We all take something from dragons. Because you don't kill a dragon every day, but still.
I mean, I can take it. That's fine.
From what I remember, you made it disappear into pieces.
But I didn't take it.
How'd you did that?
Explosives.
Oh.
I took pieces.
You took pieces. I didn't take pieces.
Those pieces bought you your armor. 60 years tracking that motherfucker down, and
Worth it?
hell yeah.
Like oath kiss? Stick my paw out for a fist bump.
He looks at it. He reaches out his hand, and he just kind of places it over your arm, and he just kind of shakes it, and you almost feel your shoulder dislocate as the massive hand just kind of.
I don't know what this means, but
It
okay.
means safe travels.
Alright, guys, let's get back to the council.
But only for tabaxi. That is only tabaxi custom. We not do that as dwarves.
Understood. Bring back a dragon head.
We'll do.
You heard him.
The whole head?
Yep. On it.
Okay.
Alright, let's leave.
He stands up, opens the door, and with a laugh,
But don't we have to solve the...
Safe travels. And says,
But what about the maze?
What maze?
Before the tower.
We're flying there on the back of a brass dragon.
Right. What about the maze before the tower?
What about? We'll figure it out. Always go left.
Oh, boy.
That's why we have you.
Why don't you put it in that book of yours?
You want us to bring some breadcrumbs?
Ooh.
Do you not know this maze?
None of us have been here before, Boris.
Neither have I, but I know
Cool.
the maze.
Would you like to go kill another dragon, or do you want to worry about a maze?
You're not going to kill dragon if you don't get through maze.
We'll get through the maze.
Okay. Nobody has ever gotten through maze.
I have already taken it.
So you all are on the carpet bickering on your way back.
I
to-
could probably get through maze. I don't know if you guys could get through maze.
Well, then it's a good thing we have you with us, isn't it?
Hey, Boris, do you want to jump off and I can try to catch you?
No, I can fly. No, I can't. I don't have it attuned.
No, you don't. You don't. I can shit.
I can find it.
Halfway down. All right.
I forgot to attune it.
So
Honestly, I would
seriously,
like to-
there might be a lich at the middle of it too.
Good.
Let's
I'd like
go
to
lich.
swap my rings back to the feather falling.
You got it. Okay, so as you all begin your flight back to the Metallic Council chambers, I'm going to take a quick break. So, you all make your way back to the chambers of the Metallic Council. Once arriving, you land. Sun is past midday. You're approaching what would be around 1 or 2 p.m. Waiting for you at the entryway is in the dwarven form, auburn beard, bronze glowing eyes, the Hildorf form of Nymer waiting for you. He says, "Welcome, boys. Come on down."
Hello, Nymor.
Hello, Boris. Balishar Tiberon.
He
My
already
good.
has my card.
Are we ready to go?
Before we go,
Hey.
and I apologize if this seems standoffish. Do you happen to have any healing potions we could have prepped?
Not
Just in
normally
case.
something we carry with us, Tiberon.
I understand.
Ah,
You don't really
Give
need
you
them.
one.
We can check the stores and see if there's anything beneath. One moment. And
They
he's-
go through many, to be fair.
Ah, well, it happens.
Well,
He he walks into the chambers for a moment, leaving you outside. "Wait here, I will be back." And you see him about 20 minutes later return with a small chest, and he opens it up, and inside you notice 3 of what look to be standard healing potions, and then 2 larger vials that are you recognize as greater, and then 1 that is very large, encased with a golden tinted vial that's quite small, smaller than the rest. "Safeguard this one. This is superior. It's very rare, very hard to make.
so 3
3
normal.
standard, 2 greater, 1 superior."
Everybody take at least one potion.
Of what?
Why
Well,
doesn't?
there's 3 standard, 1 greater. So
Why doesn't? No, there's
Valley
3
take-
standard, 2 greater, 1 superior, right? There's 6 total or 5 total.
6 total. 3
Okay,
standard,
3,
2,
2, and 1.
greater, 1 superior.
Valley can take the big one.
You want to take the superior?
Sure.
Do you want to take? Can I take a greater and a normal? Or do you want to take a greater and a normal?
You take greater than normal.
Okay. Boris, what would you like?
I have no other way to heal.
You take a greater and a normal, and then I'll just take a normal
Well, why don't I just take the greater and you can have 2 normal then?
because I can heal myself.
Okay.
So I have a greater and a normal, correct?
Yes.
All right, gentlemen, if you are ready.
Thank you.
Is all we have left in the stores, Tiberon, unless we have other healer make it. Hopefully we have herbalist or alchemist up here. Hopefully one survived. Now,
Nope, I just know how to brew stuff that is...
I've seen what you do. You left a little residue in the nest.
Yep, that's the stuff.
It smells strange.
No, I also do other stuff, like ale.
Ah, I'd like to taste that sometime, Boris. Okay,
Takes a while.
my friends, if you will stay here for just one moment. Fleetwood, roll up the carpet. You will not be needing that.
Oh, right. That's right. Because we're red. Thank you.
And with that, you all witness this small, same size as Boris individual. And you've become familiar with watching Hildorf do quite acrobatic things, but even this is almost unearthly. You watch him turn, sprint, and leap into the air, and as he does, arms flailing, you watch his body shift and transform in a bronze light as it
my God, will he catch me if I run out?
That is the intention, Boris. Please, into the open air.
Ah! And I run.
And as he does, the tail whips around and wraps around you in midair, and he places you on his back.
Yes! See, that's
I will
dragons
come
are
to
awesome.
join, and his his foreleg clicks out and places itself on the edge of the entryway, welcoming you up the scaly, spined leg onto his horned back.
I
Can I
did
try
not
to
have time to
parkour
get
up?
the harness set together, so we can't do the fly joy thing, but
Give
I
me
saw
an
you play.
acrobatics check.
Yes. I'm gonna try.
You are in the mountains, technically.
27.
You look for a moment, remember back, I'm not going to fall off this.
And I just look at, but before I go, I look at Fleet and go, watch this.
And he runs, jumps, and almost tiptoes, and then finally flips and 3-point lands on the back of the dragon.
I'll be damned, he did it.
Fuck me, I did it.
Fuck me, I did it. He
Right.
did it.
Right, not very hard. See, I
I'm
tell
gonna try
you.
too.
Give me
do
an
that.
acrobatics check, Balasar.
I would have really liked like a 1.
22.
22. Even though the plate armor is quite heavy, for some reason you feel quite light. And you, looking at the leg, looking at the shoulders, calculating distance in a way that your martial mind has on the battlefield many years in the past, lean back, take a sprint forward, one massive leap, arms flailing, connecting at the joint in the elbow of the leg, both legs leaping off, 2 full tumbles in the air, landing.
Does he land next to me?
Landing
Can I
next
just
to
look
you.
at him and be like,
I'm gonna look at Tibbs and be like,
just once.
sorry, bro.
Can I just? You
Well,
want to
for
go down?
shit's sake, if I knew you could do that in metal armor, I'd be wearing metal too.
I'm just gonna walk up to the dragon and just like sit on the tail and let it and put me up on. I'm not gonna do any cool.
You-
I like.
So for future reference, for real, because I need to know how to do this, how do you get rid of the disadvantage with dex-based skills with the metal armor?
You would have to
It's
have
stealth.
Yeah,
It's just stealth.
I thought it was all dex-based.
disadvantage on stealth checks.
Just stealth check.
Dexterity stealth
It's
checks.
'cause
Really?
Yeah, it's just because
Yes.
you're loud.
Just stealth checks.
Yeah.
You're just loud.
Then why am I limited to lower armor when using dex-based attacks?
I'll have to look at that for you. I don't have the answer right now. I'll have to look at that.
Are you not? I don't know. You're not proficient in it?
No, he would be as a fighter.
Yeah.
I
You
don't know
should
why.
be.
I don't,
I
see
don't know
why
if it's a
you couldn't, 'cause
gunslinger
as
feat
far-
or what, but you should be.
As far as I
Alright.
know, you'd be able to use heavy armor and you'd just be not stealthy at all.
I
Yeah,
will
well,
make a
heavy,
note
well,
and
heavy,
look at that for
heavy
you.
armor though has a max to your dex bonus. Like certain armors.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
It ends up
Oh,
not being
okay.
dex based.
Yeah, it doesn't be. So your dex bonus.
strength based.
So like if you have full plate, it's
Oh,
18.
that's what we're referring to.
Just
Oh.
18. You don't even get any dex bonus on
Yes.
full plate.
Yeah, there's no dex bonus.
So
applied
like
to
leather
dex
armor, it's 13 or
Plus your
12
dex.
plus your dex modifier.
Right, I understand that, but if there's no negatives anywhere but stealth, there's no reason for me to be wearing leather armor here. I should have much better armor.
Agreed.
Unless what's your AC right now?
19.
It would only. I mean,
wouldn't do much
full
for you 'cause
full
your
plate
plate
would
is
give you 18.
So unless you had +1 plate or something.
Yeah.
Nope, but there may be purchases in my future.
Yeah.
Move on.
It's all good. Okay, so with that, Nymer's head whips around and looks at you, Fleetfoot. One massive bronze eye, the tail wraps around your form and picks you up and places you on the back.
Thank you. I'm not that.
If we're all done dick measuring,
I didn't.
I was
It's-
showboating a little bit. Like I'm
That's
done.
fine.
I'm never gonna do it again.
I thought
I'm
you
done.
would be flying and we would come together.
The wings begin beating heavily, and you witness a very strange occurrence, something that you've only witnessed once before on Atari's back. And it's the feeling that time itself is somewhat manipulated whilst on the back of this massive ancient creature. And he turns and begins to take off flying south, east.
Can I just like kind of net? Because I assume we have.
You have some
like-
time.
I'm just gonna settle in, and I can't
I'm gonna meditate.
change spells during a short rest, can I?
Nope.
Only long rest.
Yep.
And I forgot to do that.
Yep.
Cool. I'm still gonna just settle in. There's been a lot of flipping and jumping. And
This
Boris.
flight is still going to take the better part of about a day and a half, even with
We'll
him.
have a-
So for that time, let me know what you all would like to do. And if anybody like to keep watch or keep lookout, you can do that as well.
I'm
Work
just
on
gonna,
dragon harness to be flown behind dragon.
Give me a tinkering check.
I'm just gonna meditate and keep watch.
All right.
Very successful.
Thing open.
I rolled a 3 plus
Got
I
it.
think a 5. and
So
then-
while on the back of a dragon, you are able to maintain the measurements, and I'll say you make decent progress towards your saddle, at least getting the sketches done and the initial cuts and whatever leather that you have available to create this harness. It would take you being in a shop to finalize it, but you have all of the measures accurately created, in which case to harness and saddle an ancient dragon.
Every once in a while, I just shout up to Nymor, would this be more comfortable this way or that way? Just to hold on to trail somebody behind you.
You'll hear a response every once in a while of,
Well, beneath the arm joints is significantly more comfortable than beneath the belly.
and
I think
he'll
if I
give you
had
some
wings, it would be easier.
It depends on how you want to catch the wind. There's typically a draft.
he just keeps flying.
I'm going to make an extreme sport out of this if I can.
That's what Bruce is doing after. Do
I
you
have
guys
some
need me
rope
to
here
keep-
if you want to give it a try.
I need to be in workspace to actually make this thing. Otherwise, he's just holding rope in mouth,
how
and
I
I
did it,
hold
so-
rope from. Yes.
Okay. How would you like to do this?
I will watch with one eye.
I have rope. I'm good. What?
What's the setup for how we're going to be making this happen? There are
we
spines
gonna
on his
do-
back.
I'm not
Are you going
opening
to
this time.
communicate this with Nymer?
Of course we tell driver.
Anything about it?
Yeah, of course we would tell him.
If he
And we
falls.
would start with a harness at one end.
Wake me up.
Why don't you just hold rope on other end, tie it around waist or something, and stand behind
I'm
that, and
going
I
to
jump
do-
off the back and.
It's a wizard?
1.5 loops and attach it to me so I can use it as.
Oh, I didn't know bards could change their spells.
Give me a dexterity check.
Yeah, whenever they level up.
Yeah, when you level
It's
up.
just level up. I can't
Wizards
level
can
up.
prep different spells
17.
with a
17?
long rest.
You feel that the knot is fairly secure. You hope that it will hold your weight when you
'Cause I'm
launch
also-
yourself off the back of a
If
speeding
I
dragon.
feel that way, I'm going to do it one more loop then.
All right. With that roll, you feel fairly secure at this point.
Feels good to me.
Can I, like, while watching, because I assume we're all pretty close,
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast a mage hand and just put one extra hand on the rope, knowing it's not gonna do anything.
There's
But
this
just, I can say I.
this light blue ethereal hand appears from nowhere, just composed of very not just arcane energy, and latches itself to the knot that you have
Okie-dokie.
tied here. Boris, what are you going to be doing with your end of the rope?
Holding it.
Good.
Remember, it's harnessed in.
I'm very strong.
Yeah, you are.
Now you are.
Okay, Nymor. We're testing prototype.
You're just gonna throw someone off my back, aren't you?
Yes.
No, I'm going to jump off your back.
Ah.
If I
Oh.
fall, can you catch?
Yes.
Perfect. See, totally safe.
Tell me when you jump, please.
Right now.
And with that, Boris hit and jumps off of the dragon.
Stabilized.
It's a full 15, 18, 20, 25 feet. Strength saving throw as the rope
Saving
goes
throw,
taut.
that's even
Who?
better. 14.
14. As it knocks into you, you feel it latch onto your back. The knot holds tight, and you only slide forward about 6 inches as the surprisingly heavy Hildorf slams into the. So, Boris, as you slam, please give me a strength saving throw.
You got it.
That belt of hill giant strength, guys.
Wonderful. 15.
15. As you land, you feel you've got a great deal of rope behind you, but you feel your hands slide ever so slightly, and then you finally come to rest, wafting in the wind behind.
Shit, should have tied knot and rope.
I'm gonna look at Tibbs
I
and
put a
say,
harness on you at the end.
"Did he make it?"
I was just holding on to the rope, dude.
I put
I
harness on.
refuse
I
to
said-
look.
Yes.
He's still there. He made
Nymer, you just kind of hear him growl over the wind. Is everything okay?
You
going
just hear a
great.
yee-haw.
Boris, as you hold on, and I'm going to need 2 more successive strength saving throws from each of you to figure out how this flight pattern goes.
2 more?
20.
Yep.
Ooh, a natural 20 on one of them.
27.
28, 27,
Strength
natural 20.
saving
That's when I'm
throws?
going to start pulling them in.
You got it.
Straight saving throws, you said?
Yep.
So I've got a 26 and a 30, the 30 being a nat 20.
Got it. So as you are, both of you, it's almost as if you've practiced this before.
Can I do tricks now?
You can if you like. With those rolls, you can absolutely do tricks. So, Tiburon and Fleetfoot, as you look back, kind of one eye open.
He's not looking at
I refuse to.
I just
Got
look every once in a while.
Tiburon,
This is amazing!
you see the form of Boris about 35 feet back, just kind of flipping in the, just kind of doing kind of cartwheels in the air, holding onto
One-handed,
rope,
holding on with
one-handed.
my
Should I
feet.
get some target
Just-
practice?
Is Bally still holding on?
Yeah.
At this point, you watch
Can I-
Balasar just kind of kite, like he's holding a human kite.
I am
Feet
full
dug
on
into
giving
the
you one
aisles.
of those ribbon routines that they hang from the ceiling and yeah.
Can I move the mage hand and start tickling Balasar?
If you like.
I would like that very
Please
much.
give me a dexterity check. Balasar, give me a constitution saving throw.
This is the most amazing
Nat
thing
20.
in the world.
Which is good, because I'm ticklish as fuck.
How many gold
A
if
dex
I...
saving throw or just a dex check?
Just a dex check, yeah.
20 not natural.
20 not natural. So Balasar,
How much
it
you
is,
give me if I
it
hit
is
him
a
in the knee?
concerted effort as this mage hand finds its way into the
You
crevices of your armor. But you are able to just
Did he
hold
drop
on with just barely hanging on and maintaining concentration to hold on to Boris.
All right, can I do an amazing trick here? I don't know. I might have to do an acrobatics check for this one. But you
You
know how
may.
skydivers like bullet?
Yes.
Can I pull into that and like bullet ahead and land on his back next to?
Ooh, yes, give me an acrobatics check.
Okey-dokey.
Before he
Balasar,
does
give me
that,
a
can I knock an arrow and fire a regular arrow?
Balasar, give me a
Fireball.
strength saving throw to see if you
Target
hold on
practice.
during this.
Acrobatics check.
Yes.
18.
23.
23? Okay, Balasar, as Boris slams both of his arms to his side and his legs together, and you watch him plummet
Hold on, Boris.
immediately down.
Saying that to me.
I need to hold on! What the fuck, Boris? You watch him disappear beneath the dragon. All of a sudden, the rope goes taut, and you slide about 8 inches forward, 10 inches forward, just to the edge to your tiptoes, and you watch him the form of Boris rocket beneath the dragon as a pendulum. And he appears before Nymer, and Nymer goes, "What?" And then you watch Boris
Hello.
triple flip,
Tip, what is happening?
landing on the back,
You
just
don't want to know.
directly behind you,
The
Balasar.
most amazing thing, and I see why you did that last time. We got the. Oh my god!
We need to put some device on the spine, though. My rope is kind of.
Seriously,
frayed.
for real, we need to make the harness for the dragon and for the people, because not everybody be able to do that.
Well, you work on that. It was a good time.
That was amazing.
Boris,
Yeah,
you are one unique individual.
I learned how
I
to
would
do
say
that.
Crazy bastard. but-
No, see, the people in the down here in the
100% dick.
Orange
Today.
Mountains, they do that regularly.
I'm ready to
How's
kill
my
something,
rope look
though,
for real,
so.
though?
You look at your rope; it's quite frayed. Specifically at the knotted points and where both of you are holding on, it is significantly frayed and will likely need replacement.
I'm just gonna remove it. I'm gonna throw it over.
Do you want me to mend that? Oh.
The rope.
No, that was first rope that had.
Wait, do we have anything to
Grab
Sorry, it
arrows.
was garbage.
like anything like garbage or something to like trail on the rope? Like
So I'd say with
I'm
that,
bored, so I'm thinking target practice.
with that, you all have essentially made it through your first night, and he just kind of, you see Nymer plummet down and land on the ground. You find yourself in the high moor, which is along the trail that you all have traveled previously. It is that big. Here, let me just I'll mark it on the map for you.
Here. Aren't the great pigs here?
At the very edge of the
So
highway.
we went like this way,
Mm-hmm.
and now we're gonna come. Would I know where this tower is? Is the south part of the Great Peaks, or?
You would have heard of the location of the tower. You're not sure
Huh?
of its specific
Because I'm
location.
from the northern part.
You're from the northern Great Peaks. This sits at the southern region of the Great Peak Mountains.
Let me see. I don't think I can though.
What was that?
Maybe.
Because I can't with full plate, obviously. But if you're just wearing leather, I don't.
What was it?
Bracers?
Of what? Defense?
Mhm.
You can't be wearing any armor.
Any? Oh, okay.
Nope.
Never mind then.
No armor whatsoever for braced defense. That's why it's good for monks and wizards and clothies.
Yeah, but I don't think that bumps me up. I think I stay at 19 actually if I get that. So it's cool.
Okay.
Thank you all.
So you all land for the evening. Nymer transforming back into his Hildorf form. Well, you all made it a pretty good day. I will not lie to you. I'm quite tired.
That was amazing.
I'm glad you had a good time.
Oh my god, I got to figure out how to make harness for you.
I will not lie to you. It was quite stressful at times.
Can I?
For me, did not want you to die.
I wouldn't have died.
I will
But
try to
I
get
could
you.
have died.
Yeah.
Wherever we set up camp, I would like to create bonfire and settle in by it.
Everybody, so as Nymer begins to settle up and kind of rustle the Highland Moor, which is just very tall grasslands. By the way, the climate, you were flying at quite a high altitude. So the temperature, while it did change, it became appreciably warmer and temperate. On your drop down, on your flight down, you noticed it become significantly warmer, a bit more humid in the air. And as you land in these large grassy plains within the moor itself, you find yourself in the very tall grass and scenery that you had not seen for several months. The last time you saw this, it was during your long caravan trek north from Baldur's Gate to Waterdeep.
Is this where the spores were?
This was just north of where the spores were, yes. Right before you reached Dragonreach. So, you all settle in for the evening. Fleetfoot, you gather together your components and read from your spellbook the most commonly traced lines and speak the spell, tracing your hands through the air, and a bonfire appears crackling before you all. Nymor looks at it and goes,
I made a fire.
"That is a great trick. Good job. Whoever taught you did a good one."
Dathana, she did. I
Ah,
copied a lot of runes.
she's training you, no?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You
Copying
find?
runes.
Do you find her training to be
Yes.
hard? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever you're. Yep.
Well, you know, chosen of Mistra, no. She has her own.
Comes with the territory, I suppose.
Well, you didn't know, did you?
We just recently found out.
Yes, I told you.
Yeah.
That is
We just
why.
recently found out.
Absolutely. You speak truth.
I try.
I feel like that is not true. Yeah, this is good, okay?
Alright, I'm gonna go to sleep.
Yes, am I. I will wake you up in morning. We have flight. Talk if you wish. I'm going to bed. And
Same.
Nymer just kind of rolls over in his bedroll. Is there anything that you'd like to accomplish in the evening?
Does anybody need anything from me? Do we need a
Does
rope?
my armor look okay? I'm just concerned. Is it?
I will mend and prestidigitation everybody's stuff.
It takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours, but you're able to mend and clean everybody's armor and ensure that
Boris,
it's back to
do you-
working order.
You like cleaning Vera? Do you?
My
you can
armor's
do
magical.
The stuff.
No, you're good.
I can clean. I am good with that. If my armor, well, it's magical, so it doesn't use mending, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, nobody's ever looked at Boris's armor. Anyway.
That's nice.
Well, today it is. Yes,
What does that mean?
it's very fancy studded leather today.
What does that mean? Today. It changes every day? Does it grow every day?
No, it does not grow, but I can do this with it, and I have plate armor now.
And all of a sudden, you watch the armor that is once studded leather shift to be plate in form.
That's pretty cool.
Right?
Huh?
It just looks like this.
It's not really plate armor.
Now I look like I'm in fancy clothes.
Now it looks like he's wearing a group of bright red, crimson, and purple robes.
Ooh, now do me.
But
Look at my Glymar.
so whatever he's wearing, I wear what he's wearing.
You find
turn.
yourself in the traditional Dwarven plate armor of your Hildorf people.
Wait, what the fuck?
What are you talking about? No, dude, come on.
No, this I can do the clothes, not the person inside the clothes.
No, I mean, you do the clothes.
Look, I'm wearing them.
That's not what
That's
I'm
what you are wearing.
That's not what I'm wearing.
You see him concentrate for a moment and suddenly shifts into an exact replica of the armor that you are wearing.
There it is. Bronze beard.
See, that's all it is. And I put it back to my cool looking running around town stuff.
And it shifts to the studded leather armor with the black cloak that you have seen him wear for
Pretty
since
cool,
you've
right?
known him.
See, just for looks.
Wake me in the morning. I go to sleep.
Tyrone just
I found it with the book.
It came with the book? Was the book wrapped in the clothes?
But I don't know if the original owner had purchased them together. But when I was giving to them, well, no, they were given to me. When they were given to me, it was from the same person. I did not ask
You don't
questions.
know if they came together. Oh, you just didn't ask questions.
You don't.
Was it a giant and you didn't speak?
No, it was not in the Giants.
No.
It was a fairy.
It's a big cloak for a fairy.
Have you seen a fairy?
Never.
No.
Well,
They're
heard
not all
stories.
little. There are big ones too.
Big as a giant?
Well, I had never seen one that big, but there's all sorts of fey creatures.
You ever seen a big fairy?
You should go to Feywild. I'll take you sometime. It's a fantastic place. You might not remember when you come back. Sometimes you don't.
That'd be fun.
I've been there
But you remember it.
most of the time.
You've been more than once.
Of course.
You think you don't remember the times you didn't.
I remember more than one time, so therefore it meant more than once.
Okay. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Let's do that.
Like,
Not
we're
now.
going now?
Not now.
But you just
Should we wake Tips up if we're going to the Feywild?
Do you want to go now? I don't know. Can't get here from here.
Why not?
It's not like there's a door on every corner.
there's not.
Well, that's disappointing.
No wonder you've never been to Feywild.
Yeah, it's not a door. I'm going
We
to
have
sleep.
to get you better places. Go to sleep. I keep watch.
All night?
No,
Thanks.
not all
Perfect.
night.
Thanks.
Night.
So, Haziran, how are you today?
Going to play with my sword for
Boris, it is good to be free from the sheath.
Oh, yeah, I know. You should have been. I should have taken you out earlier when I was flying behind Dragon. You would have had fun.
I felt that, Boris.
Oh, see?
We are not finding glory now.
No, we got to get through the maze and then we get the glory.
Then
We're
take
going
me
through
through
the
the
maze
maze. Wake me when we are at the maze.
Okie dokie.
And you just hear this from the sword itself.
Put the sword away, take out the book. Tell the book all about my adventure today.
The book dutifully fills with the text from your repeated words. Give me a perception check, please, for your
Okey-dokey.
watch.
I am way too into my book.
That's okay.
Perception 7.
Looking around, you don't see much happening in the way of any sort of activity, just the swaying highland grass. Balasar, you taking next watch?
Depends on who he wakes up.
Boris, are you waking up?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5. You.
About 3 hours into your rest, Boris comes by and kind of shakes you awake.
Hello, Tipsy.
Can I help you?
Well, I have to go to sleep sometime, and somebody should watch around to make sure the dragon doesn't get hurt.
You decided to wake me first.
It's a bronze dragon. It's fine.
Go to sleep. I'll take the next one.
Okay.
Make a perception check for me.
The whole time just talking to folks.
Anything you'd like to say to him?
Just how he's feeling.
He's more talkative than mine.
What how's he feel since the addition? Like, can I still see the scale on
Yeah,
the
the
bow?
scale is fused into the bow itself. It looks as if you notice specifically looking at the bow now, it seems as if the wood itself has adopted a more copper tone and hue where it has been placed. And that the bow itself seems to hold a more scale-like appearance as opposed to the wood it looked to have been hewn from previously. As you speak with him, he's,
Well, I feel much more whole than I have in the past. Taz Michaela was one of my clutch, one of the more soft-spoken.
So you see her like family.
I see her like a child. She's young compared to me.
Would I know what it does?
What are you asking?
You could ask Fox.
Any idea if it's? I sense it's made a change in you.
It has.
Do you know what kind of change?
Draw the string. Point it in the field. There is a rabbit. When you speak the words Kerlok, watch what it does.
I pull out a regular arrow,
Mm-hmm.
draw it, say Kerok. Do I know what that means?
It is draconic, and it roughly translates, and I actually have this written down, so if you want to write it down too, it will be the command word. It roughly translates to... I actually had to look this up. It roughly translates to be still.
How do you spell it?
K-E-R-L-O-C-K. K-E-R. I'm sorry. K-E-R. It's a Japanese character. K-E-R, one word. L-O-C-K, the second. Kerok. Melok. Speak friend and enter.
Friend.
Quick, what's the Elvis word for friend?
What's the Elvish word for friend? Melok.
So I'll pull draw and say it. Kerok.
As you speak it, you release the arrow, and as you do, you feel this very strange energy course down. And the bow itself, the string almost... You're used to the strength of the string being... Prior to your attunement, you remember it being almost impossible to draw. So you understand the quick release after firing many arrows. As you release, it almost... You see it move slower than you've ever watched it move before, but somehow maintaining the same pace as the arrow flies out. As it approaches and splits through the blades of high grass towards the rabbit that you had noticed. Just for sake of... It's not a high DC. Roll to hit.
$16.
Yeah. The arrow, and as it approaches, you watch it splinter into an hourglass shape. And as it does, the rabbit that is mid-hop slows. Oh yeah, it slows considerably. Mid-air, unable to move, eyes wide with fright, and almost as if it's frozen in space, moving slowly.
I just kind of tilt my head and go, huh. That could come in handy.
Indeed.
Thank you for showing me,
Of course.
my friend.
Absolutely.
I'll just go back to my watch. Are we considered technically in a grassland?
You are.
Cool. 30?
30. Looking around, you notice that there are strange motes of light that seem to be fluttering about, and you also, at this point, assume them to be fireflies. Throughout the evening, you witness them kind of move in different patterns, and as they continue to float up and down the Highland Moor, you hear a rustling behind you, and the... Oh, somebody is awake. Okay, good. Nymer comes and just kind of sits next to you. You know what these are? He points to the motes of light around you.
Fireflies?
It is a good guess. Well, every once in a while, when the world is in a bit of turmoil, as it is to these days, the veils separating planes and prime material become quite thin. I imagine if we stay here another month and things do not change, this will become a doorway to Feywild.
Interesting.
Your friend was speaking about it earlier.
I heard him.
What this means here is that there is also, however, entrance to Shadowfell.
That doesn't sound like a good idea.
I've been there too.
Shadowfell is...
You're asleep.
I know.
Shadowfell is not good. You see dragons, yeah, with shadow coming off, yeah?
Saw the one in Waterdeep, yes.
You know what makes those happen.
I assume some type of dark energy.
It is
I've done a lot of
dragon
study on you.
that is
but
trapped in Shadowfell and gives in to hatred. Chromatic metallic does not matter. Any dragon that gives in to the seething hatred and sorrow of Shadowfell becomes consumed by shadow. And the only thing that it wants is to be whole again. If released onto prime material plane, It seeks a way to be whole, not
Okay.
knowing it ever can be.
So it can't be whole again.
Never. Once it gives in, any dragon to the Shadowfell is taken forever.
Were you in Waterdeep?
No.
Was it just...
Otari is only one who went to Waterdeep. She was sent to give you message from Metallic Council.
Okay.
She is oldest of us, outside of Protantor. But Protantor never leaves unless he goes to Clutch. You must forgive him. He is rather hard-headed at times, but it comes with the territory of being as old as he is.
I can only imagine.
Yeah. Benefit of me being so young, you see. Only a few centuries.
Did you know Fox?
I knew him as he was taken. I did not get to know him well.
Yeah.
2 decades, perhaps. But 2 decades for dragons our age, and for a dragon of Fox's age, is not a long time. Merely a blink.
Maybe when this is over, you can get to know.
If he wants to. As you know, and I'm sure you have learned, you cannot tell a dragon to do anything, dead or alive.
This is true.
Yeah, go to sleep. I will watch.
Thank you.
Of course. And with that, he just kind of sits and leans back and watches as these motes of light continue to move in just very strange patterns in the sky. You see him, it glinting in his eyes, and you see this smirk kind of envelop his face as he watches the very natural and organic energies of the world continue to play out their course over the space around him. Go to sleep. All right, Balasar, you are awoken with a swift little flick to the nose, and you see the dwarven face of Nymor over you. Hey, it's time to wake up.
It is?
Yeah, you have watch.
What?
Yeah, don't worry, I kept watch. You have 1 hour. Your friend Fleetfoot has last hour. We are good to go.
Okay.
Don't try to catch fireflies, Balasar.
Do you want me to shoot him instead?
No, just leave them alone.
Oh. Why would you bring him up?
Because I know you.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Okay.
Good night.
Yeah. Perception check. Yep.
12.
You know what? Despite what Nymor said, you are distracted by these motes of light flying around.
He knows you.
I am.
Yeah, you're pretty darn distracted. It is, it's almost everything in you. I need a wisdom save to see how, if you're pulled in enough to just kind of mess with them.
Oh, I am.
What was the roll?
A 2.
Ooh! You're able to make it about 20 minutes into your hour. And one of the motes kind of buzzes around your face for a moment. You stick your finger out and you touch it. And as you do, there's this small sound as if something is opening in front of you. And looking through, you see a sliver of about 1 inch wide and 6 inches long in the sky of a scene that is parallel to where you are now. But instead of the grasslands you see around you, you see large trees. The grass itself grows 8 feet high. The colors of light pink, turquoise, and deep greens are far more vibrant, and the darker colors of reds and browns are much more muted. And just through your field of vision, you're able to notice a small flickering pool through the veil before it closes. And the mote disappears.
What else do I see around me?
Outside of that, you are so distracted by the motes of light, it's difficult to tell anything or any movement in the vicinity. But your hour of watch passes without incident.
Who was I supposed to wake up? I don't remember.
Fleetfoot. I mean, after seeing a tear in the sky, it's difficult to remember.
Just whoever then.
Not me.
but the sun is slowly beginning to crest the horizon as you end your watch. Who would you like to wake?
I guess I'm just gonna wait for Fleetfoot up.
All right, Fleetfoot. In the wee hours of the morning, Balasar shakes you into
I'm actually just
consciousness.
gonna cast a message.
You hear in the back of your head Balasar's voice.
Hey, Fleetfoot. Fleetfoot. What? Good morning.
Good morning. Why have you woken me up?
It's morning.
We've established.
Yeah, get up.
Why? What?
I'm going to sleep. Bye.
Is there any? Yep. Cool.
Okay. So
I'm gonna, cause you said it's tall grass, right?
I did, yes.
I'd like to pull out the carpet and just hover just above the grass just to see if I notice anything going on up and around.
So give me a perception check with advantage.
I would love it if Balasar would have a dream about stew right now.
20 not natural.
20 not natural. Looking around, you notice that there are a number of figures moving in the vicinity, but all of which seem to be local wildlife, kind of going about their morning routines of waking. You seem to have settled in a fairly safe location under Nymor's guidance. And even with the bonfire now still flames flickering from your magical spell, the last hour before as everybody passes without incident as you find yourself sitting sentinel on the carpet watching the wildlife in the vicinity continue on their day. My rolls on the table were non-existent, gentlemen.
Do all get the benefits of a long rest?
You all have the benefits of a long rest. Spells restored, hit points restored.
Before I drop back down and wake everybody up, just sort of under my breath for no reason at all, just Ellestrade protect us.
Okay.
And then give it a beat, knowing nothing would happen, and go back down.
You got it. You make your way back down. Everybody
And then
begins
put the
to
carpet away.
everybody begins to come to consciousness. Nymor stretches out his dwarven shoulders before. All right, we're ready. It's a half-day journey, and we will be there by noon.
Perfect.
I will drop you off outside a village. Leave you there.
Oh, I thought we were trying to fly right to tower. Oh no, on the carpet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We were just gonna fly in on the carpet once
Not
we
going
got
to
close.
go well.
You not told them.
I've tried.
Told us what?
The maze will not let you through from above.
What
Well,
maze?
I wish someone had told us about a maze.
I feel as if you are lying to me.
Maybe a little bit.
Okay.
I don't
No, we were
remember- I
told we could
honestly don't
skip
remember
maze with
maze.
carpet.
No.
Yeah, we talked
So-
about
Boris
it.
has been
That's
talking
what
about the
that was
maze the whole
plan,
time.
right?
That's
He really has. Like, you can listen to the
No, I
podcast.
know, yeah. I will back you up on that. Boris has been
There's-
talking about the
there's-
maze the whole goddamn
No, we've
time.
been ignoring it. We can just fly over maze.
Okay.
So, how do we do this maze then? I didn't know there was a maze.
Nobody has ever solved maze.
What he has said there. Nobody except
Obviously
Horizontal himself and his apprentices solved
Can we
this.
just go?
Obviously, Nirenbane has solved it if he's in the tower.
And some apprentices solved it.
I will
Look,
take
I
you to
know
village.
this tower. I studied tower. The apprentices
So you can get
were
us
all
through.
kicked out.
So you can get us through.
No.
You might have some insight, but I don't think there is any.
What kind of maze is it?
It looks like hedge maze, actually. Very pretty from according to books and sketches
we
I've
burn
seen.
it down?
Sure, you go ahead.
Or I can talk to the maze and ask it which way to go.
Sure, you go ahead.
That
Nobody
sounds
has
like a
ever
good
thought
idea.
of these ideas before since 1300.
Good.
We go try.
What did
do
people do
it.
before?
Boris,
I just cannot wait. I like
Boris,
to try.
would you like to kill another dragon?
I am waiting to get through maze.
Cool.
But now
Enough
you are
idea.
listening.
Let's stop with the pessimism and let's go kill a fucking
let's go
dragon.
turn
Turn
a
those-
maze down.
Turn those cans into cans and let's go.
So why don't we just fly over maze?
That's what we've been saying.
Let's do
Boris
it.
has finally come around.
Finally,
Let's
someone's
do it. Nymor,
talking
would you like
sense.
to watch this? I think this will be fun to watch.
I'm going to take you to village outside of Zontal's tower, drop you off, and then I will fly away.
So
Okay.
you're good if we just fly over the maze.
Once I
You're
drop
not
you
gonna-
off, you are not my responsibility anymore.
Perfect. Then
No,
dragons will not know of our ultimate failure.
I have full faith
said that wrong.
you will make it through.
It sounds
no
more like-
problem.
We will make it through
Success.
maze. Yes, I am sure. We will fail flying over.
Oh, yeah, that one is totally fair.
Yup.
Would you like me to fly over maze?
You can fly us over the maze?
Yeah, I fly you over, but does not. Do you want to alert entire village of people to
Do
big
they
dragon?
not like us going into the maze?
How did you feel first time you saw dragon?
I was going to say.
Excited.
Okay,
No, oh, you weren't there for that.
No. For what?
here is deal. I will drop you off outside the village. You can do whatever you want to from there.
How are you flying us
agreed.
over the maze then?
He's not.
I
We're
will
getting on
not.
stew carpet.
I will let you do carpet
Why don't we just
flying
get on carpet from here?
because I
he's
get you there
faster.
much faster than
He's a
carpet.
dragon. It's fine. We're taking
And
the dragon.
somebody
I
else
start
can
walking
try the
towards
fly
the village.
thing.
He just everybody
No,
on
it's
back.
a rope.
It's time to
Yes.
go.
We're taking the dragon.
Are we gonna sit here and talk about
We're
this
taking
maze?
the dragon.
Okay,
We're taking the dragon.
let's go.
You guys climb on the back, and he takes off and begins pelting
So
through the
this
sky.
maze, as we're flying, I'd like to talk about the maze.
Okay.
Now?
Well, apparently we can't fly over it.
Okay.
I thought that was the plan.
Can I teleport into the maze?
I wonder what happens when you do try fly over it. We should at least see.
We should.
So
give it a
here's the
shot.
question: if no one's ever made it through the maze before, how's Niren Vane and the Green Dragon in the tower?
Look, I cannot address plot holes.
Is it teleport to
Because we were told they were in the tower.
teleport
Yeah.
holes? Why can't we
there's
fly
a
over the maze?
teleportation circle we
The
don't know
DM
Maybe they
writes
found
his
some
notes.
artifact that gets them through the maze, or maybe they found the way through the maze and just haven't told anybody, so nobody knows that the maze has been solved already, and we really be second, so.
So what's the point of solving the maze?
I like the first option better, where they found something to get in and we still solved maze first.
So we have to find something too, or we'll be the first to solve it.
Yes.
So who lives in this village?
Mostly descendants of the apprentices of the guy who built the castle and got
Maybe
pissed off
we
and
go
Why
kicked
don't
them
we
out.
talk to them?
Into the maze.
Maybe we just ask them.
Maybe there's one right turn in there.
So maybe we ask the village.
Okie
Although if
dokie,
anybody
but
in
can
the
we have
village-
this discussion flying? Are we flying?
We
Yeah,
are
you're
Oh,
en
okay.
route.
We're flying.
I'd say at about this point in the conversation,
Oh, I didn't know this. I was still on dragon. I should be behind.
We'll fly on the dragon later. We're
I
discussing
know, we have no
things.
rope.
about this point in the
have a rope.
conversation, you see Nymer tilt and begin to fly down in the distance over the horizon and nestled beneath the Grey Peak Mountains that are familiar to you, Tiburon, in terms of shape, but much smaller given they're on the southern end. Tapering off towards a small valley that seems to be nestled in the distance. There is what looks to be a hamlet-sized village. It's not very large, about a dozen homes that you can see centered around a central well. And in the distance you look at from the sky what looks to be an expansive bramble bush. Just
oh, that's right. from
tangled,
above, it looks like
knotted,
heat.
and weaved surrounding a large tower with a single balcony at the top. And from above, even at this distance, Nymer calls over the side, and that would be Zontal's tower. And
We'll
if
just take us there.
He can't fly over this. People
Fleetwood,
who
I will
don't
set
see
you
dragons
down.
every day.
Don't worry. And he
Can
sli-
I just drop on top of the tower?
He lands at the at the outside of the village.
Or not?
How big is the maze? I'm sorry.
From your perspective,
So
you're
rumor
looking at
has it
about
that maze looks
1,000
very pretty from
yards
ground
in
and like crap from
diameter,
above.
circular, but it looks like bramble
I'm not sure.
from above.
Rumor also has it maybe Lichet Castle. No, tower.
A lich.
Well,
Lich.
there's a dead resurrected elf.
Well, it's
If you got a
Zontal.
lich,
Zontal
Scratch
would
it.
actually beat the Lich.
Yes, and Niren Vane's there too.
Also, we're busting up party.
Yeah, and a green dragon.
yeah.
Hey,
So we gotta solve this maze.
do they have ale?
Yep.
Good. Let's go.
Afterwards.
I have ale.
They also have ale in the tower.
Can I walk up to the Are we?
I'm
Is
You're
ready
the,
at the
now.
outside, about 100 yards out from the hamlet itself.
and it's Hamlet then maze.
Hamlet, and then you see from the ground at this distance, it looks surprisingly clean, a more manicured.
That is so nifty. We need that for our. Do we have place?
We did. and Waterdeep.
Oh.
So let's go to this maze, yeah? Are we stopping for anything on the way, or are we just...
As you look towards the hamlet
I could
itself,
use
you
some.
notice
What do I need? Black powder and iron?
black powder and iron. You would also know that black powder isn't necessarily one of the most common things, and that a village of this size likely doesn't have a vendor specializing in that, but iron, it might be easier to come by, and it's even near the mountains.
Do I know how to manufacture the black powder from?
From the materials that you have on hand? Yes. And materials that you can purchase? Yes.
But I could do some shopping.
So, looking in the distance, you see that there are two distinct paths. A more paved cobblestone road leading into the hamlet itself that seems to be well-maintained-ish, along with a curving, grassy road leading towards very clearly towards what looks to be, in the distance, a shrubbery archway that looks to lead inside the maze central itself.
I will eventually need to shop to buy stuff to make food for Vera.
Well, let's go do some shopping. I'll find a magical artifact shop. Something like that.
Same.
So you all move into the village?
Can we be quick about it? I'm really hype about this maze.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think anybody will solve maze in the next 30 minutes, but okay, we can quick up.
Okay.
How far to the front of the hedge?
30 minutes in and out.
It'd be about 300 yards away at this point.
While they're shopping, I'm just gonna go check it out.
Okay.
I'll
I
be
mean,
here.
I don't think they have a mega store here.
So
If
those
you
of
got
you
anything
moving,
that we might need, let me know.
those of you moving into the hamlet, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
You can't find shit. 6.
Investigation.
8.
8.
Do you know what I can find?
You are able
7.
to. You search for the better part of 15 minutes, and after asking around, you notice that you are met with a great deal of trepidation from the locals here. Tiburon's not there, so it strikes you as odd. After a while, you're able to find yourself outside of a shop that is a single story, what looks to be carved outside of the bark of a great number of trees. The shopkeeper is a thin, what looks to be half-elven woman by the name of Siley Wardsore. She introduced herself like, hello, welcome to Zontal's Tower Village. How might I aid you this day?
Hello, my name is Boris Bronsbeer. Here is my card.
I'm Balasar.
Thank you.
And my friend.
Hey.
Sleepfoot. His name's Sleepfoot. I thought
why
I was
would
going to introduce.
My name is Siley. It has been some time since we've had people in our midst. I'm afraid our inventory is a bit limited, but how might I assist you this day?
I'm just wondering if you had any potions or
What? No, we were looking for.
instant
And I just start talking.
fortresses.
She takes her a moment. That's a lot to take in 30 seconds. We're rather limited in our resources within.
Well, what do you have in stock? Love to look.
Why are they limited in resources?
She looks about the town. From what we have remaining of our enchanters here, I have.
People are leaving.
I have this here. It is. She points to this great axe that seems to be rather small. And she says, "This is an enchanted weapon that allows you to strike easier and deal a touch more damage." And
Will it cut through a maze?
No. Are you looking to move through the maze?
We know you have something that can help us.
Oh, it's not been attempted in many years. I haven't tried
Oh,
it.
I still don't need a book.
And I just need this, and I don't know what I need if I'm not looking for black powder.
So that would, the components for that is going to be, for gunpowder would be, I can send you a list of the components. I'm not going to dive into the.
Yeah, but I just need.
She would look at you and say, well, those seem like common reagents for most magical means, but I can certainly bring them to you in their raw form. It cost about 50 silver pieces.
That's fine. I just need to know what to go to buy.
And she brings out brings out a number of flint and a great deal of ground powders and other reagents. Specifically, oh shit, I just forgot what it was. God damn it. Sorry, friends on the podcast.
Fuck,
listeners.
sorry about that.
Jesus H.
Mark it.
I want to make sure I've got market.
Somebody clip that.
Can I have some Sour Patch Kids?
Yeah.
She brings out
Brought to you by Sour
brown
Patch.
charcoal, a bit of
First
sulfur, and then a strange powder material that you've
When
seen
do they
before,
become kids?
and gathers it together that you recognize as saltpeter. And she brings the components. This is what we normally use for creating the more fiery type weaponry, but we haven't had any calls for that in years. I can give this to you for, 50 silver, and it's very heavy sacks of each of them. You imagine you can make quite a bit of black powder given the amount of time.
Oh my god, you guys, if we can I put this in your bag? This will make so much Vira food.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's 50 silver for
Total?
stuff.
For all of it?
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just staring her down the whole time, waiting.
She
for
keeps
So,
like looking over her
no-
shoulder
no
at you very
potions or
nervously.
instant
He's waiting for you to
purchases.
take off clothes. That's how Tabaxi greet. Don't worry about it. You don't have to. He's just not from around here.
Make a deception check. Actually, that'd be persuasion
That's
because
persuasion.
Boris
He
believes it
believes that.
entirely. She looks over at you. Make an intimidation check, Fleetfoot.
I got a 1.
She just kind of she gives you the weird head cock Scooby Doo sort of deal. It's just okay, all right. Potions?
Or instant fortresses. No.
I don't have those.
Oh.
They take quite a bit of time to craft.
Intimidation, you said?
I did.
50 silver total or 1 gold, was it?
50 silver total.
I'm going to use...
You
one of
gather
my
that she
new
does not
abilities.
understand why you're requesting these materials. She has no clue.
I'm going to use one of my new abilities, Portent,
Okay.
which lets me roll 2d20 after every long rest and save those rolls and reuse them.
For divination? Absolutely. And you can make somebody else use them or use them yourself.
Yep. But I will use it on myself to roll a 17.
Okay.
With my intimidation would make it a 24.
She looks at you and she goes, I'm so sorry, I don't know how to move through the maze. It's been years since anybody's attempted it.
I'm questioning it, but I'm fairly certain 50 silver is 5 gold, correct?
Yeah, 50 silver is 5. 50 silver is 5 gold. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, it's 100 copper.
Yeah.
Gold.
Do you know anybody that does?
We've not seen many people here recently. Don't get me wrong, we're fascinated with the tower. Years ago, centuries ago, Xanthol took up residence here, but we haven't seen or heard of anything since the apprentices that he did take were kicked out and then have taken up residence here. We're all the descendants of those individuals.
Nothing going in and out of the tower? No large green dragons?
Not that we've seen. We have had strange activity in the vicinity, but that's much further north.
What sort of strange activity?
Well, there was a flying castle a month and a half back or so.
Oh, no, they're with us. That's fine.
that's.
Don't
They're
worry
good.
about
They're
that. They're fine.
She looks at you very with not necessarily suspicion, but a great deal of curiosity, just kind of renewed.
Which
You
one of
guys
my
do
eyes
not
is a good
inspire
friend,
much
Mike?
confidence at first.
The silver one?
Yeah, the silver
The
one.
platinum
The
one?
platinum one, yeah.
No, I'm going to use that one to be like, they're good, friend wing.
Yeah, it with advantage.
You know, seriously, guys, you must work on first impressions. Yours is not very good.
Charisma on that.
While doing this, Tiberon, give me an investigation check.
Are we still in grassland?
Charisma.
12. She looks at you and says, and you're investigating the maze? The
Yes. Are we
entryway?
still in, like, technically in a grassland?
Yes. No, we're technically in the mountains, but so that's still advantage.
Yep. Investigation, you said?
Investigation. She looks at you. Thank you. It's very odd. I've never seen a dragonborn wink before. You have a very pretty eye.
I'll look at...
So I don't know. We've not seen nor heard. There's been some activity, but we just assume that it's whatever enchantments he's had left.
I'm going to flip a silver to her, say thanks for nothing, and then look at Boris and Valley and be like, I'll meet you guys at the maze.
I'm so sorry I couldn't be more help.
He's moody. I jumped off dragon earlier. He's jealous. He did not get to do it.
Aha. Okay. Anything else I might assist you? You asked for potions. I have 4 standard healing potions. That
Oh, you do?
They're about 50 gold.
Oh
50
my
silver.
god, you
apiece.
just collect those.
Yeah, obviously.
Have you Oh, wait,
50
okay.
silver pieces apiece for the standard, but I also have one of the greater, and that's 500 silver. So 50 gold or 5 gold.
How much together?
For all of them?
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear.
As a package.
Oh, together?
Mhm.
I'll give them to you for 70 gold pieces.
No, I see what you did there.
Do you have enough? Okay. We'll see.
And she just kind of goes in the back, and you hear the tink, 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 gathering of the potions and bringing them out. We've not had much demand for them. We don't really have many folks who come and make their living adventuring out in the fields.
I would love to pay 65 gold pieces.
Make a persuasion check. She's already given you a pretty big discount.
Well, persuasion is going to be... Oh, actually, that's pretty good.
Would you mind if I sat a little thing here with my
16.
business cards in? Since people don't adventure much here, they might have use for adventurers.
If you like.
Of course, thank you. I tried
16.
to.
She looks at you. I'm so sorry. I've already given you quite a bit of a discount there. And I do have to maintain the shop and the ingredients that we use to make these. 70 gold, I'm
Work
afraid,
with-
is as low as I can go.
Work with small businesses, Balasar.
If you say so.
I'm just saying. And I
Thank you.
Tinker something up for a business
And
card
she's-
holder, and I just
Watch you fascinated. And she just pull them out of this endless container and place them in there. The title changing every third.
don't worry,
business card.
Balasar. We get much work from this.
Greater. 1 greater, 4 standard.
Have I made it to the maze yet with Tibbs?
We're getting to that. While you guys are doing this, and I'm assuming leaving after this interaction,
Yep.
Tybron,
27.
27. Looking at the edge of the maze, you take a moment to poke your head in and you see it's perfectly manicured with a very clear, singular pathway.
Mhm. And when we were flying over it, it looked.
Brambled
And when we
and
came down.
totally clear and manicured. As you poke your head in and out and look at with that roll, as you stand at the edge and kind of position yourself with half of your body in the maze and half out, you recognize that the space surrounding you seems manipulated somewhat, as if it's almost existing within its own pocket.
Can I touch it?
You touch the maze. It feels as if it is well manicured bush and shrub.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Plants.
Okay. You do so.
How do I get through you?
You get a distinct impression from. You don't receive words from this plant in particular, given the level of magical manipulation in the area.
Okay.
And what you get are a distinct set of impressions that are disjointed, and from them you receive flashes of 6 individual glades, but it's so quick that you're unable to really discern exactly the structure or vicinity, but you understand that you're in 6 distinct locales before finally it settles on what looks to be a massive circular structure with a singular stone made of stone with a singular pillar in the center that has a shadow that seems to move across the circle, as if in a circle with the shadow pointing at different angles on the circle itself. You would recognize this in something that you've seen before as a primitive sundial. And then the plant says, as it retracts, you hear, "Lost." And that's the only impression you're able to receive.
Am I to find this?
You wait, and you once again only hear, "Lost."
Have you seen any dragons fly over you recently? Particularly green.
You
Weird
get a
movement.
distinct feeling of fear.
Has anyone entered you lately? Fuck you guys.
That's what
Would
she
you-
said.
Would you like this? Someone
wow.
You hear.
Y'all
You
aren't
can't
here.
just- you can't-
Y'all are not
I
here.
almost am. I want to hear.
You-
Tim say, "Has anyone entered you lately?"
You hear.
Has anyone entered the maze lately?
You hear. You.
Cool. As a part of the spell, I'm going to focus, and part of the spell allows me to turn difficult terrain into ordinary terrain.
Okay. You focus. The plants do not seem to shift or move. it seems as if whatever enchantment has been placed on this location is significantly more powerful than the magics you are trying to use. Also, it's not difficult in the sense that it's a straight path at this point, and the hedges just kind of exist well trimmed and manicured. But what you are able to surmise is that there is, from attempting to exert the magic upon the maze, you know when you cast have you cast detect magic, right, or no?
I don't have detect magic.
Okay, so when you when you cast a spell, you release a certain amount of energy, right? And given the level of spell, the more energy you exert, you understand you're exerting at a higher power. At this point, when you exert this spell on the maze itself, the flow of power that you feel emanating from the space is overwhelming, to the point where you feel as if like a small speck within an ocean of tumultuous waves being tossed about to and fro. And the last thing you hear,
within 30 feet of me too.
I am very.
Yeah.
It is difficult to fathom. As you pull yourself back from it at this point, you hear, "Lost."
Show me the way.
The plants fall silent.
You're gonna make this difficult, aren't you?
No response. At this point, Fleetfoot walks behind you.
Hey, what you doing?
Going into the maze.
Are we waiting for everybody?
They can catch up.
Can they though?
I don't know.
You don't. Then is this?
The two most likely to be distracted by shiny things. You do realize that, right?
I mean, I'm with you on this tip because let me tell you, what's happening back there is a whole thing. But
Remember the last time we wasted time? People died. And I'm tired of people dying.
This time the people that die could be us.
You're
They're right behind us.
Okay.
Have you found anything out about this maze?
There's some type of sundial on the interior somewhere that's got something to do with the maze. I tried to talk to it, and it's too powerful for me.
It's probably too powerful for any of us. That doesn't mean we can't.
So anyway,
figure it out.
Balasar, now this new guy on my back here, he helped me detect magic.
At this point, you see Balasar and Boris walk up behind you, having finished their errands.
Hello. We ready?
Yep, let's go.
Woohoo!
Okay, you all walk into the maze, walking down the central pathway. Looking above you, you see the tower standing resplendent in the distance, about 100 feet in height. No more, about 180 feet in height. I apologize. There's a singular balcony, and from it you see a figure turn and walk inside, similar height and build to someone you've seen before, and walk inside the tower. The hedges are 8 feet in height, and after about 5 minutes, you find yourself in an intersection where 8 paths converge symmetrically. You can see the tower dead ahead above the hedge wall, but the way the path curves, there's really no telling which pathway might lead to the tower itself. Within the center of this intersection, there is a sundial that sits.
Hey, I found your sundial. You said it's related.
What time is it?
The shadow from the gnomon pointing straight towards the tower, which you all would know is extremely odd, as the sun at this point in time sits to the east.
And the sundial that I saw in the vision was...
You witnessed the shadow move around concentrically.
Boris,
Yo!
you
Now-
notice anything funny about the sundial?
Yeah,
You
the
also
shadow's
notice
wrong.
That your shadows point in the proper direction. The sundial's does not.
Can I jump up on the like?
See, look,
Sundial
my
and
shadow go
stand
that
and see
way,
what my
sundial
shadow
go that
does.
way.
Okay. You hop up on the dial. Your shadow still maintains its proper direction.
So mine's right. That one's wrong. So is that? Do we go the direction the sun would be to cast this shadow, or do we follow the shadow? It's pointing at the tower.
Well, what do we do to sundial to make shadow move? Because it can't be that easy, pointing the direction.
So we have to move this.
I don't
Can
know.
I try and rotate the sundial?
Give me a strength check.
While I'm standing on it.
Let me try something. Hello, sundial!
14.
No response.
Okay, so this
14,
not artifact you can talk to.
attempt, but the sundial is firmly anchored to the ground, and you see that it seems to almost be merged and part of the stone.
I would
beneath.
like
Can
to
I-
inspect the sundial closely for anything that may.
Investigation check, please.
And I would like to cast Prestidigitation to make a ball of light in the direction that it would have to be to cast the shadow.
Okay, you do so. The shadow stays still.
12.
Seems to be a standard stone sundial merged with the ground. The shadow pointing towards straight ahead of you. You notice that as you look around the vicinity, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 paths. One directly ahead of you, one behind you from whence you came, 2 in the diagonal in front of you, and 2 in the diagonal behind you, and then 1 immediately to your right and left.
And which way is our shadow
Are the-
casting?
Points on the sundial relative to those, or are they relative to time?
You look at that sundial, and the shadow is pointing down the path in front of you.
You sure it's not as easy as we just follow the path that the shadow's pointing?
No, but it never is. There's probably
Have you
something.
been in this maze before?
No, but I've been
Is
in
our
lots of
shadow
other mazes, and there's
Pointing
probably
toward
something
of
bad
the
that way.
Paths.
There's
Your
probably
shadow is
something bad.
pointing
That's
to the
what
one
we're
as it's
going
to your
for,
east.
is
It's
something
pointing to the one
bad.
directly to your left.
Okay, but okay.
Any other ideas?
Follow your actual
Very
shadow.
few,
Follow our actual shadows?
because that's true place where we're going, and the sun is pointing to that. So if we follow the actual shadows, get it? I follow logic.
Then let's follow our shadows.
I go left.
You walk down the left pathway. Okay.
I'm
You see
going
it looks
to
like this.
pull out of my pack
The sundial is
have
the clue that says follow your shadow to get to thing.
a
He's
couple
going on
green
that theory.
wyvern scales left, so I'm just gonna like put 1 or 2 down to like mark
Where you
like
where
around the corner.
Okay.
If there's a corner.
So you do walk down a pathway. It is about a it's about a 14-foot curve. Yes.
As we go into the maze, every 20 feet, I want to cast a firebolt straight at the ground.
Okay. You do so, and it just chars for a moment, and then you watch as the grass regrows,
On the wall.
burns, fades to ash. The plants
Try it on the ceiling.
grow
Look
back.
up.
Oh.
After about 10 minutes of walking around this curve, you find yourself
I thought we were going to try flying to castle.
in a glade.
I found a glade.
You inside this glade, it is about, as you enter, 10, 15, 20, it's about 50 feet by 50 feet across to a pathway directly in front of you, and is about 40 feet wide. Along the pathway on the ground in front of you, you see that there is a black set of tiles that make out a. Actually, let me draw it up. Let me just get it for you.
JK, it's ready.
Oh shit, we have map.
Now, is there a ribbon hanging from the ceiling that I can run around the outskirts and hold on to it?
There is no ceiling.
Just to make.
Interestingly, as we walk into the clearing, we smell the forest of Fey. Interesting. Smells just like a candle by the Crafty Gamer Shop.
Yeah, it does.
Shout out.
If you haven't looked them up, Crafty Gamer Shop got some great candles, some other great T-shirts. Check them out. Crafty Gamer Shop. Crafty Gamer Shop.
Are those just statues?
We always do this when we see a new mini.
Okay. As you enter, you see
Stuff.
Pardon me. 6 suits of ornate plate mail standing in this area,
Oh.
looking as if they are on guard. Some of them are battered and bashed to pieces, and armor and weapons are splayed and scattered across the carpeted floor before them. Moss and other sorts of lichen seem to hang from the cracked bits of armor, and while it remains free of rust, you see that it seems to have been heavily damaged. Another pathway seems to open up at the far side of this location, with scattered in a single tree stump and the suits of armor with a carpet on the mossy ground before you. What would you like to do?
And what is this you said?
It is a carpet.
What kind of carpet?
I'm gonna hold my jacket
Stu!
and say, "Stu."
There's a fluttering inside of your cloak, and it immediately stops fluttering as soon as it is uttered a second time.
Oh, I
Seems
didn't
to be
know
no
you.
effect.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't realize.
It's fine. I'm gonna step back and cross my arms.
What kind of carpet is it?
Seems to be an extremely ornate set of, what's the name of the rugs?
Cashmere, silk,
Uh,
shag.
Landbound.
it is not magical by any stretch of the imagination, but it looks to just be a piece of ornate carpet that is made of,
Like
a
an
throw
oriental
rug.
rug?
like a throw. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. I had totally forgotten. I spaced on the word.
Did you see this? Wait, I don't know you saw
It
anything.
doesn't fly.
It doesn't. Well, at least not with that one.
Can I go inspect this suit of armor?
If you would like to,
Yeah.
give me an investigation check, please.
I will ready my
Just
weapons
regular
at this point in time.
Big investigation.
Yeah, use investigation once again. And you are not inside a mountain, so it is just...
You said some of them are
21.
beaten and broken and scattered.
Yes, I did.
Any of these, like in particular, that are that way?
I've got my guns out.
Okay,
I just have a
so
feeling this is gonna go.
the one
poorly.
that Tybron is looking at seems to be a little bit beaten and broken.
What's the most broken one?
The one that would be the midsection here.
This one?
Yep.
Cool. I'm gonna walk up to that, making a point to walk across the carpet.
Nothing seems to happen.
Carpet's fine.
Anything special about the armor that I'm looking at?
As you begin to approach, you hear the... And as you look,
I'm on
2 of
guard.
these suits of armor spring into life and begin...
6 bolts of firebolt.
Just you...
I knew something would
They
happen.
spring into life. Roll to hit for me, please.
You're shooting firebolt?
I was planning on shooting 6 of them off at the end of my timer, which just happened. 1 for each of them.
Wait, 6 firebolts?
It takes, I don't know how much time I get in that, so.
So you'll be able to get 2 off.
Okay, so.
I was going to say, I'd like to start acting after a firebolt because it's around.
Yeah. So you hear the...
So 120, 113.
120, 113. The 13 misses. The 20 hits. Which one are you looking to hit?
I probably would have started with this one.
All right. It slams into the armor. Seemingly no effect at this point.
What are you doing?
No effect?
No effect.
Okay.
What? A little heads up would be nice next
I
time.
got bored.
I thought you guys wanted warning.
Okay. As they swing
do.
into action,
Oh.
they...
Watch out for
Okay.
sword.
He's broken.
No, he's coming.
I chose most broken. Foot point.
Took the microphone stand out. Okay.
Yanked it right out.
This springs into action. 5, 10, 15, 25. Here.
Oh,
They both spring into action.
I told you. Look
Roll
left.
Initiative.
And everybody, please roll initiative for me.
Oh.
Can I?
Save it.
Ooh.
Or actually, can I use my portent
If you'd like to,
on initiative? Do I want to?
you can anytime you roll a d20.
No. No, it's fine. He's fine. I will accept.
Oh.
He's not pretty, but I will accept.
Okay, 25 to 20.
No, I have over that.
What do you have?
26.
26. Boris with the 26.
Well done.
20 to 15.
15.
15 to 10. 10 to 5.
8.
8, okay. Balasar, what you at?
Well, fun fact, everyone. Balasar rolled a nat 1, putting him at 4.
At a 4, okay. Top of the round.
That wasn't a fun fact. That was a disappointing fact.
That's a disappointing fact.
Oh, I got them confused. I'm sorry.
As those
Sad facts.
as the suits of armor animate and begin to sprint towards these individuals, Boris, you're up first. What would you like to do?
Ah, shit. Who have I seen successfully get hit more and not fall? Fleet or Tibbs?
Tibbs.
Tips by a mile.
By a fucking,
Oh, right then.
By a
fucking mile.
mile and a half. Although Tibbs did pass out on the back of the dragon.
Okie dokie. So I'm gonna. The one in front of him is not moving, but the other little guy is moving.
Yep.
Please
I'm
tell
just-
me not to move.
Shit! No, Fleet, to your left! Shit! And just 4 shots, 3 off of.
Huh? I'm
Vera.
gonna look towards Boris for shouting at me.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit for your shots, please.
Ah!
Okay, so Vera is a plus 13. I'm gonna sharpshooter the first one and see what happens.
You got it.
So 14, 13, 27, 17.
17 unfortunately misses.
So
As the first shot flies past the armor.
Ah, okay, no more sharpshooter. Should have done it. 32.
Yeah, 32 will hit. Let me
Okay.
consult my notes.
Second shot is at 32. Third shot is with Vera. 19? No. 21.
21 hits. Roll for damage on that one as well. And so you've got 2 shots that have hit. You still have your
2 shots with Vera, and I'm doing the pistol now.
your
which is
pistol.
plus
Okay,
12.
you got it.
Natural 1, so that's a misfire.
And the misfire so on that last shot there.
Okay.
So
So we got 2
first
shots
shot
with Vera.
flies off. Second 2 shots hit. Third shot with the pistol.
Does anybody have a pencil?
I do.
That... Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Several.
Sorry, I have to keep track of all these bullets.
Thank you. Your DM appreciates it.
All right, so
He also
2
appreciates
shots with
Tyberon
Vera.
keeping track of his arrows.
I do.
10.
I appreciate both of my ranged guys using
Every
their
time.
ranged stuff the right way.
All right, so I've got. Do you want them separate or together?
Separate, please.
Separate. I've got 12 points of damage and then 10 points of damage.
22. Okay, got it. You got it. As the slam into, you see the armor clink, clink as it hits, and you just locked in place.
Fleetfoot, move!
That's not what you say.
Would you like to move, Boris, or are you going to stay where you're at?
I'm gonna stay put for right now.
All right. It is now their turn. So the first bit of armor next to you is going to at you, Fleetfoot, and is going to make its 2 melee attacks at you.
Oh, that's what you were talking about.
That's a 19 to hit and another 19 to hit.
That is
Rolled
why I
15
say
twice.
move. You not need move for me. You need move for that.
And as they are, you see as they glow a blue arcane glow, seeming to be a bit enhanced. You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage, and another 8 points of bludgeoning damage as the hands slam into your side, and it just stands next to you. Tybron, the one standing next to you as it sprinted up to you, is going to make 2 attacks.
It's just the one that moved, right?
They both stood and sprinted, and that's all they can do.
So this one moved
Yeah.
too?
Yeah. Drop my dice. All right. First attack. It's a 7 plus 4 for 12, 11, so no. 18, so 22 to hit for the second attack, so that one does hit. The first slams in the armor beside you. The next hits you and just slams into your side for 10 points of damage. Bludgeoning damage.
Gotcha.
And that will be the end of their turn. Next up is going to be you, Tiberon.
So both of them moved, correct?
Yes.
And their suit, this armor, like
They
just
look to be. Were you in the tunnels beneath? Yeah, you were. That's when you met back up, right? With the
No, it was after.
snake people. You were not with the snake people. You were.
I was with the snake people. I
Yeah.
thought you meant the turtles.
So those they look to be very similar in structure to those bits of animated armor, but without the snakes.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I'm going to cast lightning arrow
All right.
as a bonus action. I'm gonna kind of try to like handspring back.
Okay, so you can give me an acrobatics check for the handspring. And depending on how well you do, we'll see if he has disadvantage on his attack.
They automatically do
Oh,
for escape the horde,
sure.
but this is 16.
16. Yeah, he misses on his just misses and slams right back into the statue.
God, I was looking the other way.
And then I will shoot. Which one
That one there. Yep.
looks more worse for wear?
It
this one?
looks. The statue that you were just standing in front of seems to be beaten and old. The one that is just kind of bent. You see that the armor pieces have like scooted off the ground into its form to kind of whirl
Okay.
around and make up the same form there. Yeah.
And this one looks better?
Yes.
Okay, I will shoot at that one. It needs to make a Dex 16 saving throw.
All right. Dex 16. It fails.
Alright, the next time you make a ranged weapon attack during the spell's direction... Oh, I need to still attack. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got to roll to hit first. It fails regardless.
14 plus 13?
That for 27? Yeah, that'll hit.
Cool. So it takes 4d8 lightning damage.
Alrighty.
And then the one next to it also needs to make a saving throw.
Which one did you attack primarily?
This one.
All right, got it. So the one next to it fails
Okay, so it takes 2d8.
because it's inanimate at the moment.
3.
Bum bum bum.
Any chance that one's already taken damage?
Nope.
So 4d8 lightning damage. Actually rolled really well. It was a 5. So that is 15, 26 points of lightning damage for this one.
26 points of lightning damage. Thank you very much.
And then the second one takes 6 points of lightning damage.
All right, as the lightning arcs off and arcs down the inanimate form of the statue.
Cool. And then I'm going to, as my second attack, attack the one that I just hit.
You got it.
24 to hit.
That'll hit. Roll for damage. Don't forget your Colossus Slayer.
That's 11 points of damage plus 9 is 21 points of damage, one of which is cold.
21 points of damage. Okay. As it slams into you, watch the lightning arc through the form as though the second arrow strike into it, and the armor tink tink falls off in little bits of pieces. But it still looks up and moving, just a little bit harried right now.
Okay.
That'll be your turn.
Yes, I'm gonna move 15 feet further.
All right, you got it.
This way, kind of right there.
Yeah, Fleetfoot, you're up.
It's just the one armor that came up to me.
Yep.
Because the one that I went to was broken, busted. It's not moved, so I only have to worry about the one. Okay.
That is what you see.
In that case, let me attack with my rapier.
You do that. Go ahead and roll to hit, please.
19.
19, unfortunately, just hits.
Unfortunately, just hits. 1d8 plus 5. So 9 points, and then I'd also like to use my psychic blades. 5 plus 6.
Using one of your bardic inspirations, any bonus action.
So 19, 26 total points.
26 total points. What was
with the rapier damage?
Okay, what was the rapier damage?
9.
9 points of damage with
Yeah.
the rapier? Okay. So as you strike into it with the rapier, you see the psychic blades appear from the side and slam into it. Seemingly no effect.
None whatsoever.
None whatsoever.
My blades don't work.
But the stabby stab did.
The stabby stab sure worked.
My lightning hurt it, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that kind of tells me.
So
what
it
you
looks
know.
like piercing works,
Um,
but not slashing.
I can't. There's no way
The
to
psychic
move
blades are
like
psychic.
around the statue
Or psychic.
and avoid an attack of opportunity, right?
You would be leaving its field of attack, so you would incur an
Either
attack of
way.
opportunity. Yep.
Oh wait, that one.
That still
Yeah,
requires
it's
me
Misty
to
Step.
move.
Sorry.
Yeah, that
You
would
gonna
be
stay
it.
in place? You got it. All right, Balasar, you're up.
I'm gonna run towards the guy towards my left here.
You got it.
While I'm running, I'm going to cast Enlarge on myself.
You got it. As you grow in form.
And then I'm going to Action Surge and attack.
You got it. Roll to hit, please.
26.
That'll hit. As the blade springs to life with lightning. Math. Only hard in D&D.
17.
17 points of damage as you slice into it. You watch parts of the armor fall off, revealing this gold core in the middle.
23.
23 will hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Uh, 26.
It shatters open, and then from the center you watch this massive blood-colored stone fall to the ground.
Oh, it's dead.
Yeah.
Oh.
But a big bloodstone fell to the ground before you. However, as it falls, you witness the armor begin to skitter across the ground. What would you like to do?
I'm going to continue my last bit of movement to here.
All right.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to hurl my sword at that guy over there.
You got it. Go ahead and roll to attack. Roll to hit, please.
As a 22.
22 will hit. Roll for damage.
16 points of damage.
16 points of damage as it slams into the statue and just holds there.
And that will end my turn.
All right, you got it. Top of the round, Boris, you're up. One of those has shattered and leaving a large bloodstone on the ground. Pardon me. The other one seems...
Okay, first thing I do is take bonus action to repair.
All right, go ahead and roll a dexterity check, please.
Is that what I'm doing? Check.
Yep. Tinkering check, as it were. Plus your proficiency modifier.
630 plus 5, 10, 18.
18. With that, you're able to and get a perceptible fix as you're able to just kind of dig out the grit from the lodged bullet in the barrel.
That was a grit point for that. Sorry.
Da.
Okay, then action. I'm going to Fleetfoot. If you're going to stay there, don't move.
Stand. Stark still.
I know how this goes.
Seen it happen.
Cut the cut off the bullet.
I'm very good at this. Stand very still.
Do not move. I am not accounting for whiskers. Or pointed
plus,
tipped ears.
No, Vera, 13 plus 6 is 19.
19. 19 will hit.
Oh,
Just
yay.
a hit.
Just hits.
Oh, this one very hit. Wait, 16, 13, 29. Yeah, 29.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Third one,
Yep.
20.
20 will hit. Roll for damage for all three, please.
First one is, woohoo, 16 points of piercing damage.
All right, 16 points of piercing damage as the bullet
Second
slams into the
one.
armor.
Not nearly as good. 8 points of piercing
8
damage.
points of piercing damage. Okay, as it slams into the armor one more time. As
Last
the bullet
one is 5,
whizzes by you, Fleetfoot.
6,
one
11
did you do?
points.
11 points. All right. It slams into the armor and just kind of barely holding itself together.
Neither. This is my turn next
Oh.
round.
I thought you said second wind. Sorry.
Nope.
I did neither.
Bonus action to repair using a grip point, and 3 shots. Will that be your turn? It is barely holding on that one.
Nice shot.
As the bullet
You did very good. Now
slamming
just
around
poke
you.
it once.
Okay.
All right, will that be your turn, Boris?
Um,
Gonna move?
No need.
Okay, you're gonna stay where you are.
I got
At
things
the
where I'm
initiative
at.
count 20, the armor that was from that destroyed form slides up the armor that was next to, on the suit of armor that was next to it, and
No, this one.
Okay.
it animates itself as well.
I like it.
Okay.
So one of those is down, the other one isn't?
One of them is down. The armor that has shattered from its form
Okay.
slid up its body and animated the other statue on the battlefield.
Oh.
did I see that?
You did. 2 attacks at you, Balasar.
Okay.
That is a 6, so that's not going to hit. That is a math 20 total.
It actually hits right now.
Whoa!
I'm only with one sword, so.
Oh,
You
okay.
got lucky.
He did. I did really get lucky. 13 points of bludgeoning damage. The first swings past your enlarged form. The second slams into you.
13.
13, yes. I rolled really well. The next 2 attacks at you, Fleetfoot. That is a 6 plus 4 for 10.
What's the con save for that?
Con save will be, so if it's 10, DC 10.
Made it.
All right.
Do what now?
So 12 plus 4 is 16 to hit.
Misses.
All right, both of the swings. You see it's barely holding itself together. Tiburon, you're up next.
So that stump on the other side of the carpet, it's the only one in there?
Only one in there. And there is a massive red stone that is dropped from one of the forms of the suits of armor.
Stump. And stump.
Yeah. I'm going to run over to the stone and pick it up.
Okay, you do. That'll be an action to pick it up.
Where is it at? Like,
It is literally just, it'd be right behind the
Right here?
armor. Yep.
so it's an action to pick it up
Mhm.
and kind of grab it as I'm running past it?
You gotta just, give me an acrobatics check,
Sure.
since you're gonna be moving through space, but it'll still be an action to pick it up.
29?
You're able to run, scoop it up like you were carrying a American football, and continue sprinting towards.
So can I continue my movement?
Good
You
catch.
can if you'd like to. You will incur no movement penalties whatsoever. And I'll say you can actually, if you'd like to, you can still dash given that
I was
acrobatics
going
check.
to. I think that's the rest of my movement there.
Okay. You got it.
Yeah, I mean, if I can kind of try to throw it in there.
So
or-
as you approach, you look and you just see a dead tree stump.
Oh, so
Doesn't
it's not
seem-
hollow?
Doesn't seem magical in any way at this point in time.
Doesn't look hollow like that does?
There is a small divot, but that is not an accurate representation
Okay.
of the tree trunk. So there's a small divot.
Okay.
Oh no, the minis fooled you. I fell for it too.
My apologies, guys.
I thought we were to throw them down into the snow.
Yeah, me too.
All right, Tiburon.
There are 4 and 4.
I mean, that's the rest of my
That'll be
turn.
the rest of your turn. Fleetfoot, you're up.
So the one beside me is now really hurt.
Yeah, it looks pretty bad.
Did I see the red stone?
Um,
And would I, if I did, do I see it in?
I would say with Tiburon sprinting past you,
Just
you'd have kind of seen him carrying something, but you're not sure what. At this point, looking inside, you do see a pulsing core inside of this statue.
Then I am going to use my rapier again because the. No, I'm not. I'm going to use a. Let's do a second level shatter.
Okay.
No way to do it to get this broken suit of armor. I'm just gonna center it where I can hit the dude that's almost gone.
You got it. What's the save?
Con of 18.
I guarantee you it doesn't make it. He rolled an 11 plus 4, so that's 15.
Perfect. So 3d8.
Yep.
10. Nice. 17 points.
17 points of damage. As the
Thunder damage.
shatters out, it blows into a million pieces. The stone inside falls. It is not animated. It does not shine in the same color. It seems like a dead black core.
Is it still an action to pick it up?
You've used your action to cast a spell. It would be an action to
But
pick
it
it
would
up.
be an
It would be an
action
action to pick it up, yes.
Okay. Then just kind of breathe heavily, and I would like to cast a first level healing word on myself.
You got it. That'll be your bonus action. Balasar, you're up.
I'm gonna reach out with my off.
If you'd like
Very
to
good
move
poke.
Fleetfoot, you can. If you'd like to move Fleetfoot, you
First time I've heard this.
Fleetfoot, if you'd like to move, you still can.
No, because I'm gonna stay and grab the jewel.
You got it.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to reach out with my offhand and call my bonded weapon back to me.
It's Marfelidum
and turn
flies to your hand.
around as my other sword action.
Oh, your other sword, your radiant sword. So it's your
It's the new
brilliant
sword.
new sword
New sword.
flies back into your left hand.
And then I'm gonna turn around and attack.
Either
All right, you
something
got it.
with the stump.
Using the momentum, you swing around with Marfelidum. It lightning crackles.
And 15.
15. Unfortunately, 15 does miss.
29.
29 will hit. Yeah, that one will do it. That one will get you there. By a lot.
It's hard to
21.
roll.
21 points of damage.
It's almost better.
All right.
The 2 hit percentage
And
die.
24 to hit.
24 will hit.
A D10. I rolled a 31.
19.
19 points of damage. Okay. That'll be. Sorry, doing math in my head. Okay. All right. As you slice into it twice or three times, the first one missing, the next you cutting into the armor. You hear the scraping sound of the plate just as you slide through the energy. Seems to be harried pretty well.
That's the end of my turn.
All right, you got it. At the end of the round, at the top of the round, everybody give me a perception check.
9.
9, thank you, Fleetfoot.
19.
10.
19, thank you, Boris. 10, thank you, Balasar.
25.
25, okay. Boris and Tybron. Tybron, as you sprinted towards the stump, you now look up at the surrounding area. What you notice is, as you hold this pulsing bloodstone in your hand, the hedge at the exit is also similarly giving that bloodstone glow. As you are moving into its vicinity, it's growing brighter as you move towards it. It was not there originally as you came inside. Boris, you also notice a very strange red glow emanating from the archway of that hedge on the other side. All right, Boris, your turn. What would you like to do?
Well, that changes my idea. So
Maybe it's the bloodstone's just a key.
his is glowing, hedge is glowing, his is not glowing. Was his glowing before? Did I see it stop glowing?
Mm-hmm.
When I killed him.
And yours is on top of the stump.
Mine's still in my hand.
Still in his hand.
Oh, I thought you threw it on the stump.
Nope.
Could there be an action to do that? He did not.
Shit.
Welcome to the maze.
Shit. Oh God, Alan, this is such a bad idea.
All right, Boris,
I'm
let's
gonna do
hear
it.
it. Let's hear it.
Okie dokie. So, first thing is shoot with Vera, but first shot has to be reload.
Okay, so you
So reload.
the pepper box. It is reloaded.
Tibbs, don't move.
Oh fuck.
And I'm gonna expend a grit point and use a disarming shot to try to knock the gem out of his hand. Can I do that as like a called shot to not hit Tibbs?
You can. The AC/DC of this shot is not small. So roll to hit.
Can I use another grit point to make it dead
You
eye as well?
Absolutely can if you
Wonderful.
wish. Their grip points are yours to spend, my friend.
Really needing to crit on this.
Tybron, you hear "Don't move" from behind you as you're holding the bloodstone,
This is
reaching
a
out
horrible
towards the
idea,
stump.
but this is what Boris
I
has put
love
together.
it.
All right, here we go,
What
friend.
he's trying to do.
Trying to shoot it out of your hands out of the stomach.
Oh, very good. So first shot with Vera. 17, 30. No, really? 30? 30.
The DC was 25, so you hit the bloodstone. What would?
I'm trying to get it out of his hand.
So you
And
hit it directly.
have the damage take him. Not him. Have the damage hit the
Hit the
gem.
stone. So with that roll to hit, you successfully hit the stone.
Okay, so a disarming shot is a strength saving throw DC 18 or dropped one held object of my choice.
So
And have that object be pushed 10 feet away.
yeah, so you hit the stone, Tybron. Since he has called the shot to you, you have a decision. Do you keep holding it, or with the knowledge of him calling out to you, would Tybron maintain hold of the stone?
He just said don't move.
He did. So make a strength saving throw.
18.
18. The bullet slams into it, and you're able to just barely hold it. What was the DC that you had to do?
DC 18 or drop one held object.
It matches, so it's like
Meter
armor
exceed.
class. So it just flies out of your hand, just barely off the tip of your fingers, and it tung, 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 rolls towards the gate of the.
Okay, do I do damage to it? I don't know how that works.
Wouldn't I hold it?
If it meets or exceeds, then it will.
I had an 18,
So
I don't drop it.
it's like AC. So if it's a 19, then it does hit. So if it's an 18, then you still.
I thought it was a strength saving throw.
Oh,
so-
you're right. Meet or exceed. You just barely hold on to the tip of your
Yeah.
fingers. You do deal damage to it, so go ahead and roll for damage.
16.
There's some cracks around the edge, but it is still glowing.
The fuck are you doing?
Turning it off. As your hand flies towards it, because you're just barely able to hold on with that roll, you see the gate begin to glow even brighter as the bloodstone makes its way closer to the archway.
I mean, pushing it toward the gate.
I don't believe you. I'm gonna stop shooting now.
Okay. Is that your turn, Boris?
Is anything else moving currently that is not one of us?
Not that one right behind Balasar, yeah.
Oh, it is? Okay, then I'm not gonna stop shooting. I'm
All
gonna
right, you
hit.
want to shoot on that one?
Yeah.
All right, roll to hit from please.
It was a thought. Never mind.
It might have worked.
Do I take any damage? I don't take
Can
any
I
He hit it
Dead-eye.
directly.
Can I shoot sharpshooter?
Yeah, if you like to.
I already rolled. I think I just missed 15 plus 13, 28, 18.
That just misses.
Shit.
As you hit, fire at the armor, and it ping just glances off the edge.
You moved.
All right.
His own stuff.
At initiative count 20, Fleetfoot, the armor that is next to you of the downed suit of armor slams onto the suit of armor directly in front of you, animating it.
Oh, I thought the gems had the thing with the animating things, and when they went, they didn't.
Is the black gem still down by my feet, or it went with
That's
the?
why I was
It
trying to
is still
destroy
down
it,
by your
so
feet.
I don't know
stop
if it's a
them.
key. Like, you have to take it through. I don't know.
So,
Oh,
Balasar
when
2
it
attacks
got
at you, Fleetfoot 2 attacks at
Brighter.
you, coming in hot.
He changed his mind.
Balasar, it is a 7, so that misses, and then a 17 plus 4 for a 21.
But the one that Fleet destroyed didn't glow.
Right,
But the
and
armor
that
came
the
back to
theory was that since it hadn't come back to life yet, destroying the other one would stop them
Yeah.
from
That
coming back
is
to
Back
life.
to life, right?
11 points of
Right,
bludgeoning
it
damage
did,
for you,
but
Balasar,
the
as the first one
gate glowed.
whips around
More
you, you
when
duck
it
out of
got
the way.
closer to
The
it,
second
so.
slams into your left arm as you feel it kind of almost go numb for a moment before you shrug it off and just get back in your fighting stance. Fleetfoot, 2 attacks at you. That's a natural 2, so I'm guessing that misses.
Just barely.
That's cocked, and that's a 10, so both of them miss as you just, with your feline agility, duck out of the way as both of this newly animated armor directly in front of
For
you.
once, I am not getting hit. Is great.
Tybron, you're up next.
Why you make fun of
Can
my
I try to look
accent?
at the stump?
Because you are very cool.
Absolutely, you can give me as a bonus action just a
Oh.
perception check.
Okay.
Natural one.
Okay.
You look at it, it seems to be cracked, and it is still glowing and pulsing.
The stump, not the
Oh,
stone.
the stump seems to be a stump.
You said there's a divot?
Barely anyone, but it looks to be rotted. Not.
I'm going to try to put the glowing stone on the
You
stump.
set it in. Look around for a moment. No real effect. I'll say that could be a bonus action because it's literally right next to you. Its hand's still on the stone.
I'm going to pull a non-magical arrow and try to shoot it through the glowing doorway in front of me.
Okay, so you pull the arrow. Fire. Roll to hit, please. I mean, it's just a shooting in the vicinity.
Natural 20.
You
wasted it.
fire.
I did.
If there was a bullseye between you, you would have hit it. This is Robin.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if like the glowing red of the doorway
it
stops.
flies through, and it's a very interesting feeling because as it flies through, it keeps going for a period of time, and then you swear behind you hear a Boris from behind you, an arrow slams in the ground behind you.
That was amazing form, but I don't know how you did it. It got back here.
It's connected.
Yeah.
Maybe we have to take stone through at the same time.
I'm gonna run through
Okay.
with the stone.
Picking back up the
Oh, my
stone,
tips.
you run through. As the stone hits, the armor falls to the ground and rusting and covered in lichen, deanimated around you.
Ah!
Yay, Tibbs!
I'm still forward. I didn't.
You are still running forward, and you just hear behind you the sound
Wait,
of ching, 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 ching.
Wait!
I mean, that's as far as it
Wait! Before you come behind me. Does he come behind me?
He does not.
Okay, somebody else should try now before
I'll
we-
take off running towards Tibbs.
All right, you run through the gate once more.
Does he get to Tibbs or behind me?
He gets to Tiburon.
Okie dokie, and I run.
All right. Do you follow as well, Balasar?
Wait, should we search the room? Nah.
The one in front of me is dead now?
Yeah, they all fell to the ground unanimated.
Should we maybe search the
about that
room?
You can search it if
All
you want.
very.
I'm not
oh,
gonna
that's-
go because
they
I
all
have the
collapsed.
key.
Every single one of them.
Oh, well then I'll follow suit.
All right, you follow suit, making your way through.
We shall search the room first, all right?
If you'd like to, you can.
I'm gonna wait because I
Maze, I
apparently
mean,
have
there
the
might
key.
be clue.
Yeah, you're
dokie.
right. We should
That's
search the
true.
room.
All right.
Nothing here to see. I rolled one.
Okay, investigation check. Anybody
Looks
who'd like
perfect.
What is my investigation?
So
Eight.
3.
to? An 8.
I'm gonna use my other 17. 21.
Looking around, you see dilapidated and rusted pieces of plate armor, a pretty ornate carpet, and the broken remains of what were power cores of the inside of these.
I would
suits
like
of
to
armor.
start.
the power cores.
If you'd like to.
I would like to start with my cartographer's tools as well and create a map.
All right. You get it out and sketch the directions you've come from,
Yep.
from the best of your recollection.
Starting from
What's
first
under the
landmark.
carpet?
Grass.
There is
Okay.
nothing here.
You pick it up, and you can add a deactivated power core to your inventory if you'd like to.
I would like
Is mine still glowing?
It is. As you all walk through the path, you find yourself walking for about another 10 minutes. And you emerge once again inside, entering from the south, inside the rectangular pathway. Rectangular hedge, 8 pathways, sundial in the center. This time, 2 shadows. One pointing to
Oh! No, I got nothing.
one pointing directly straight ahead.
Still
The
towards
other
the tower.
pointing, yes, still towards the tower. The other pointing directly to the right. And that is where we're going to end this evening's
Which
session.
way is
and
our
we'll pick up-
shadow?
Point though.
Still pointing to the left.
Which is how they were pointing
Before.
First room.
Still with the sun. All right, and that is where we're going to pick up next time, guys, inside the maze. Thanks for listening to Natural 20. We meet every Tuesday night to roll dice and try to make it out alive. On behalf of the party, I hope you enjoyed this session.